You got it on the 101.5 KGB FM San Diego. Best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. Yeah, it's Boyer with you Saturday morning, playing back some of the good stuff that we've done this past week. We will challenge you to stump the joke czar on the Best of DSC. Plus, we'll whip it out for Lash Wednesday. The Dean of American Sportscasters comes along. Plus, Marty Milner in studio with us for the better part of an hour here on the Dave Shelley and Chainsaw program. We're going to put your sorry ass in a time machine and see where you'd go back. And as you may know about us, we enjoy dicking with people, especially other DJs. And we received a great story about a particular DJ who kind of deserved to be dicked with. And if you know the name, if you recognize it, you'll understand. Let's start it off with the story of Mr. Peanut on the Best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw on the 101.5 KGB.
Either I'm not home.
Well, I wouldn't think anybody would be at work except for me yet. But let me try. Aren't we the only ones at work at this hour?
I thought so.
I think so.
Us and the guys at 7-Eleven.
Contracts Ed Baker.
Ed.
Yes.
Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw calling from KGB.
Hey, how you doing?
Same Ed known as Mr. Peanut?
Yeah, that would be me.
I got your email here.
Hey, cool.
I'm going to read the whole damn thing right now.
I'll have to see if I can find a radio. They took the one out of here.
You don't need to. You're going to hear me on the phone. Do it, dude.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Can you hear us all?
What do you do for a living, Ed?
I write contracts for the Department of the Navy.
Very good. Well, listen to this, folks. Here's what Ed writes to me. Dave, right to the point. My name is Ed Parker, and I am a spokesman for the National Dyslexia Research Foundation. We're putting together an art show in Fallbrook in the very near future, and I am fishing for free advertising on the radio. You've come to the wrong company, Ed.
Hey, I'm willing to work for it.
Free does not exist in the Clear Channel World Domination Glossary.
You always pay.
Yes.
Unless it's for us.
That's correct. Let's see. The best way to achieve the free advertising is to befriend a DJ with a popular show, and since yours is the only one I listen to, that's you. I figured the best way to get your attention is to tell you a story about one of your fellow morning show DJs that you can have hours of fun teasing him about.
Oh.
So here's the tale of how I tortured Smiley. Of Smiley in the morning. On whatever station they broadcast on during a live broadcast from Jimmy Love's downtown. Smiley's a dude that we used to bump into from time to time. Back in the in what we call the dark ages, the dark years
The dark building.
of our show.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You do?
Yes, I've been listening for about 4 years now.
Attaboy. And he was a well-meaning fellow.
He's a weasel.
But he's a weasel. That's right.
Well, he lifted a few of your ideas and put them on his show, didn't he?
Imagine such a thing.
Yes,
Imagine
I know.
such a crime.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, you can be the coolest guy in the world. You start stealing our stuff, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear about it. But anyway, here is Ed's tale of his confrontation with Smiley.
Smiley.
Of Smiley in the morning.
Good morning, everybody.
It's all good.
David started out like any other Friday night. A few of us from work decided to go out for a couple of beers and blow off steam. We decided to go downtown to a club called Jimmy Loves that one of the girls recommended.
Yeah.
When we got there, a local radio station, 90-something, I don't know, it's been 4 years, I don't remember, was doing a live broadcast. As we came in, we were given the obligatory little sticker to wear on our shirt and then went to the bar. Ed, did you wear the sticker?
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Yeah, that was how we got the original first free round of beer.
Very nice. Almost immediately, a small, weaselly man popped up, introduced himself as Smiley of Smiley of the Morning,
It's all good.
and bought us a round of beers. He also asked us if there was a song he could play for us, and one of the girls made a request. About 10 minutes later, Smiley of Smiley of the Morning. Come on, do your part.
It's all good.
Come on, people, I'm counting on you.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'll go first and then you go. Okay.
Smiley, reaching deeply into the bag of overused lame bits for DJs without creativity, asked the crowd to tell him about their unusual nicknames and how the reasons they got them. Good Lord. I couldn't resist the opportunity, Dave, and I told him my nickname, Mr. Peanut. Mm-hmm. The reason for the nickname is that I have a self-inflicted tattoo of Mr. Peanut on my left testicle.
Ooh.
Because after all, 9 out of 10 women prefer the taste of Planters nuts to any other kind. Now, Ed, at some point today, you're going to have to explain to me the method of a self-inflicted tattoo.
I ran a little underground tattoo parlor in Charleston for 10 years.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to tat the nads.
No.
But we'll get back to that in a second here.
I'll that's another story for another time why that actually came about.
At this point, Smiley of Smiley of the Morning,
It's all good.
much like other lame DJs before him, jumped on the story and wanted to know if I would show the tattoo to everyone in the bar. Since I am prone to showing off the pride of tattoo collection anyway, I agreed on the condition that Smiley of Smiley of the Morning
It's all good.
buy me another beer. As we went to the bar to fetch my libation, the girl who had requested the song asked Smiley of Smiley of the Morning
It's all good.
again, when would he play it, as he had deep sentimental value for her and she was becoming a little sloshed anyway. Smiley of Smiley in the Morning
It's all good.
promised her that it would be played soon, and we walked off to begin displaying my tattoo-bedecked balls. Well, the owner of the bar was not too thrilled with the idea of me getting up on stage and whipping it out, so
Jimmy?
instead,
Aw.
we walked around to individual groups of people and gave private showings.
Damn.
Now, between these showings, I would go back to the bar and my friends, and every so often, Smiley of Smiley of the Morning
It's all good.
would come and drag me off and put on another display. Each time he came to get me, the girl that was with us would inquire again about her song. When would it be played? And each time, Smiley of Smiley of the Morning
It's all good.
promised her it was coming soon. My friend was becoming distraught and drunk and really wanted to hear this ballad that meant so much to her. So I, figuring that I was something of a celebrity myself at this time, went to the guy who was actually spinning the discs, and I asked him when he was planning to play her song. His response was, I told Smiley of Smiley of the Morning
It's all good.
3 hours ago I don't have that damn song with me. Well, I was a bit pissed off, though not overly surprised to find out that Smiley of Smiley of the Morning
It's all good.
hadn't had the balls to just tell the girl he couldn't play her song. I went back to the bar and told her myself. Needless to say, she was most upset. I didn't think this was right. So I cornered Smiley of Smiley of the Morning
It's all good.
and told him I was unhappy. And I thought he owed the young lady a beer and apology.
Yeah.
He apologized to her, but could not buy her a beer as he had run out of money. I told him this was unacceptable. I told him this was unacceptable and that he had better find some money to buy her a beer or I might get very irate. Actually, I think I said I would kick his ass so hard he'd part his hair every time he farted. Dave, I should probably mention I'm 6 feet tall, 280 pounds.
Jesus.
No, he's not Jesus. Jesus was very thin.
And he had six-pack abs.
Yes.
Right.
He was very, he was a very slender. He was more like a marathon runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he would go on those fasts for 40 days and 40 nights.
That'll do it
so,
every time.
yeah.
This dude's 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide, extremely muscular, covered in tattoos, including the one on my balls.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to intimidate people that I'm not mad at. So Smiley of Smiley in the Morning
It's all good.
was basically kittens. As Smiley of Smiley in the Morning
It's all good.
continued his broadcast. Wouldn't he always say that to you like in the kitchen?
Yes, every day. Hey, how you doing there, Dave? Smiley? Is it?
It's all good. It's all good.
You'd just say, hey, how you doing? And he'd say,
It's all good.
okay.
Just like that.
Well, I made a point of catching his attention from time to time and reminding him of his beer buying obligation and the possible results if he did not live up to it. After about an hour of this, a man whose name I don't remember, but I do remember that all the girls found him very attractive, the anti-Smiley, came over and introduced himself as Smiley of Smiley in the Mornings,
It's all good.
What?
boss,
It's all good.
station manager or something, and he bought us all a round of beers. I'm trying to figure out who that might have been.
Mongo?
No, the manager.
The manager.
Well, he might have.
I don't remember. I think his name was Tom something.
Who?
Tom.
Oh, Tom, that's the
Oh,
B100
one-
guy.
Oh, B100. Okay, all right. So this is a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
All right. He bought us all a round of beers. He then asked me very nicely not to kill Smiley of Smiley in the Morning.
Good morning.
It's all good.
I told him that despite my appearance, I wasn't really that violent. I had no real intention of hurting the little weasel. I just wanted to mess with his head a bit and teach him a lesson about disappointing women. Although from the looks of him, he's probably an expert at disappointing women.
Here, here.
The boss man thought this was hilarious and decided to jump on the bandwagon. He went back to Smiley of Smiley in the Morning
Good morning.
It's all good.
and told him that he had spoken to me and that I was really pissed off now and I had threatened to kick both of their asses. He told Smiley of Smiley in the Morning
Good morning.
It's all good.
that he also had no money and that he'd better find a way to buy some beer because if I get my ass kicked, you're fired. It was a little noisy in the bar and I couldn't hear Smiley of Smiley in the Morning's broadcast.
It's all good.
But I told him it was going steadily downhill as he redoubled his efforts to hide from me and stay off the air. After about another hour, a very attractive woman came over to the bar. This was Smiley's boss's trophy wife. She bought us all a round of beers and told me she really didn't care for what I did to Smiley of Smiley in the Morning,
It's all good.
but she would appreciate it if I left her husband, the boss, alone. I told her the whole story and assured her that I not only was her husband in no danger, but that he was, in fact, a part of the gag. She was so amused that she bought another round of beers and asked how she could help.
That was our old receptionist.
I told her to go to Smiley of Smiley in the Morning
Good morning.
It's all good.
and tell him that I had just about decided to forget the whole thing until she came over, but now I was so disgusted by a weasel that would hide behind a woman that would go crying to the boss's wife for help rather than face me on his own that I felt no longer did he deserve to live. As she went off gleefully to crush what was left of Smiley in the Morning's
Good morning.
It's all good.
spirit, the girls we were with, being quite drunk and tired, wanted to leave. So I didn't get to see any more of the drama unfold. I did, however, sneak out, making sure that Smiley of Smiley in the Morning
It's all good.
didn't see me leave.
Oh.
I wonder if he's still in therapy.
That's too funny.
Tore him up, did you?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
So how's that old testicle tattoo coming along?
Oh, you know, it's a beautiful piece, full detail, 4 colors. I show it to people as often as I can.
Did you get right down to detail like because Mr. Peanut, as you know, wears a monocle,
He has a monocle, he has spats on his shoes, little white gloves,
top hat.
top hat.
Cane.
The only thing I didn't do was actually write Mr. Peanut across his top hat.
Mm-hmm.
Took an hour and 10 minutes as it was, and it you can imagine it was pretty painful.
Mirror or just looking right down on the boys?
Oh, looking down and actually had my wife help me stretch all the wrinkles out of it.
Very good.
You just killed Boyer.
I'll tell you what, it takes a real man to take a needle and tattoo your nut. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really does. That's hardcore. I'm hearing a Thursday golf bet. Are you still in the tattoo business?
Yeah, I
mean, private tattoo?
I still do them from time to time.
Where are we playing Thursday, Bromo? Where are we playing Dave's Free Thursday golf this Thursday?
Chula Vista.
Loser gets a tattoo of Roy Acuff on his right testicle. Oh, Dave, I hope you lose. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
He has a wrinkly face.
Loser gets a tattoo on his testicles. Yeah. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
tattoo. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'll
No.
give you a choice.
No.
You got to choose one.
It'd go with your pierced nipple.
You got to choose one. Loser gets a sideways mohawk.
Jesus, no. No, you know the weakness I have. No. No tattoo on my
your
nuts.
Okay, then loser gets a sideways mohawk.
No.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'll give you strokes.
No.
Sure.
I'm not getting a tattoo on my nut.
All you got to do is win.
Who's doing the tattoo? Who gives it?
Mr. Peanut.
Mr. Peanut
You're
here.
gonna have that guy.
Wait a minute. Why do I have to touch his...
We'll pay you.
Come on.
We'll pay you handsomely.
getting a tattoo.
Oh, we'll have your wife do it. She knows how to stretch them out. There's ample canvas there, I can assure you.
Yes.
You know what? Just put him in an embroidery hoop.
Dave, let me see. Let me see your scrotum with Roy Acuff's picture on it.
Ow.
Oh, she'll be coming round the mountain. She comes. So that's the bet for this Thursday.
Cool.
Loser either gets a tattoo on his nut or the sideways mohawk. You know, the ear-to-ear thing. Grow out a beard, makes you look like you're looking through just a donut of hair.
The best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. DSC 1015.
This is the KGB.
1015 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show tonight, Cajon Speedway. 6:45, they're going to throw the flag on the fastest 3/8 mile paved oval in the West. The sportsmen, the street stocks, the ponies, the legends, and the trains all take to the track along with the big bad burrito bomber, the 527 Sombrero Mexican food, KGB Border Parts Drivetrain Components race team. Also want to say thanks to Rex and Gary out at King Racing Wheels for their help. Plus, Randy Wallace in the 529. Now, his car is going to be driven by Chuck Nevin, who had a bang-up couple of weeks in the street stocks. He'll be driving Randy's Bomber tonight. The Inline Collision, Acapulco Pool Service, Ottavio's Italian Ristorante race team. You'll see both the KGB cars there tonight. Having a good time at Cajon Speedway. Come on out. 5:15 qualifying, 6:45 the green flag. All right, let's turn to the Dean of American Sportscasters, John Rocker. You may remember him as kind of the bigot pitcher. He is in the sports news again. For details, let's say hello, Cookie Randolph.
Hello again, everybody. Thank you, David. In the sports world, Cleveland bigot John Rocker balked in a run and then gave up a 2-run double to blow a win for his Indians on Saturday against Texas. Gee, it's a shame when bad things happen to one of the good guys. When reminded he had balked in a run, Rocker said, "I hate the Balkans and all the people from the Balkans." Jeff Gordon won the Watkins Glen race, the road race yesterday. "Just call me Mr. NASCAR. Ask me anything about NASCAR, but not right now because I'm pressed for time." Gordon is running away with the Winston Cup point race this year, NASCAR's season championship series. Two former Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders filed a federal lawsuit claiming visiting teams repeatedly spied on them as they changed clothes. The suit contends that players drilled holes through a door or scratched the paint off a glass window to see into their dressing room.
It's like Porky's.
Yeah, exactly. The girls claim looking into their dressing room was considered one of the perks of being a visiting team. Yeah, well, I guess it was. Now, sports fans, this is Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the same stadium in which the Padres were playing this week. Unfortunately, the football cheerleaders' dressing room doubles as the umpire's dressing room during baseball season. So after the game yesterday, Padre players got a chance to peek at 300-pound men shed their umpire gear after spending over 3 hours in 150-degree heat. Oh, my. In other sports, David.
Read your newspapers.
Good idea. It is 8:23 and 55 seconds. This is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Oh, my.
Hi, this is Trevor Hoffman of the San Diego Padres. You're listening to Dave Shelley and Chainsaw. And when it comes to pitching, it's Allman Johnson.
Never again, isn't that what you say? You've been through this before, you swore this time you'd think with your head. No one would ever have you again. And if taken was gonna get done, you decide where and when. Just when you think you've got it done, your heart's so cute.
1015 KGB, Best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. Boy, you're hanging with you. And I want to remind you that Tuesday, Mark St. John will be at Guitar Center in La Mesa from 7 to 8:30. Guitar Center with their 37th anniversary. KGB Prize Patrol will be there with tons of swag to give away, including tickets to George Carlin at Humphreys on the 23rd, Kansas at Humphreys on the 24th, and KGB CDs and more. You can register to win a Toyota Spyder MR2, free studio time at Golden Track Studios, and lunch or dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe in the Gas Lantern. It's this Tuesday, Guitar Center, 8825 Murray Drive in La Mesa. That is right across from Grossmont Center. It's all from the 1015 KGB Classic Rock that really rocks. Best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show rolls on till 12 noon. Come on back, stick around. We will put your sorry ass in a time machine next on the KGB.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place, and if I stare too long, I'd probably break down and cry. She's got eyes of the bluest skies, as if they thought of rain. I'd hate to look into those eyes and see an ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where, as a child, I'd hide and pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Sweet love of sweet child of mine. Sweet love of mine. Sweet child of mine. Sweet love of mine.
Where do we go now? Where do we go?
do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Where do we
KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. Come on, Sherman, let's get into the Wayback Machine with Mr. Peabody. We will take you anywhere in history you want to go. On the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw, this is the 1015 KGB.
You ever seen the Time Machine, H.G. Wells movie? Watched it this weekend.
Yeah.
Was fascinated by it. You know who's in it? One of the lead characters, and I can't get away from it, is Wilbur from
Alan
Mr.
Young.
Ed. Alan Young.
Really?
Yeah, he plays a couple of different roles. It's like, look, I don't care what kind of accent you put on. You're Wilbur.
Yeah.
Wilbur. And this is before Mr.
Ed, yeah.
ever came on TV, but it's like the guy is so typecast. When you see him, you say Wilbur. And his buddy invented a time machine.
Uh-huh.
And so he goes, and it starts out in 1900
Right.
in England.
Right.
Okay? And the guy invents a time machine. He doesn't go anywhere physically. He only goes places in time.
Right.
So he'll move forward like 500 years. And, of course, the house where his time machine is gone. But he's still in the exact same place where his house would be.
Right.
I see.
Okay, you follow?
Got it.
So he time machines ahead to like 1940, and they're at war. And he keeps time machining ahead, and they're at war, they're at war, they're at war. They time machine, the movie was made in 1960, okay?
Right.
And he time machines ahead to 1966. And it's interesting to see what they thought was going to happen just 6 years in advance, and it was nuclear annihilation. And everyone had to run for cover because the big bomb was dropping.
Right.
And the bomb drops. And he's quick trying to get in his time machine to get out of there.
Yeah, right.
Before he gets whacked by the bomb. When, as the narrator points out, the violence of man triggered the violence of Mother Nature. And all of a sudden there's a volcano in England spewing lava. Lava coming down the street in England.
Yes.
Got a lot of volcanoes in England. Is this like a deep, dark corner of England where we don't see the volcanoes?
Must be.
I couldn't believe that they were BSing so much in this movie. The thing won an Academy Award.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It won an Academy Award. I know it won one. And here they are. One of the big crises was the guy was running away from the flowing lava in England.
Stupid.
Time machine itself is pretty much of a stretch. Apparently, we can
No,
buy
that's
that.
real.
Now that's real.
That's
but the
real.
lava in England.
can do
come
that.
on.
I have very weird problems about movies. I'm very voyeuristic about these things. I'm fascinated by the thought of a time machine.
I am too.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me, absolutely, because I'd use it for evil.
Well, even there was a book in like third grade.
I'd use it to win money.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's for
yeah.
evil. You go ahead in time, find out who wins all the big things, go back and make your bets.
Go back to 1969. Bet the house on the Mets preseason.
Sure.
It's not so much evil as greedy.
Well, it's cheating.
It's cheating. But not really if you
Yeah, it's cheating.
if you've gotten the technology.
It's cheating. Sorry,
I
girl.
want to make it okay.
It's cheating. If you could, I'll give you this chance,
All
Chainsaw.
right.
You got a time machine.
All right.
And you are going to change the course of human events. Because, they always say if you have a time machine, you must not do anything to change the course of human events. Superman and all that other crap. Come on, what's the point of being able to fly around the world and stop it and turn it backwards and go back in time if you can't change the course of human events? One thing you would do.
That hot chick in the dorm jump into my room instead of Jerry Hacks down the hall.
How would you make her do that?
I don't know.
No.
You're just talking about like a real...
You are going to go back in time and change the course of human events.
Okay, put a bubble top on the limousine at Dealey Plaza.
Hard to believe he'd go for the Kennedy reference.
That's a softball.
I know.
Yeah. I think I would go back and warn the people of Pearl Harbor. Fair warning. Because we were going to be in that war anyway. 2,000 less casualties. What would you do, Shell?
Well, you took the two best ones.
Nuh-uh. No.
I think the obvious one is you give Marilyn a butt plug so they can't sneak the suppository in, and she lives and goes on to enjoy a happy old
She'd be
age.
75 today.
How about tell umpire Rich Garcia, Shell, or Ruth, to call that third strike on the Yankees' Tino Martinez in the 98 World Series.
So the-
instead of a ball, and then the ensuing pitch was a grand slam, and they beat us in game
So the
one.
damn Padres could have won.
That's right.
Exactly what I was
No,
thinking.
come on. What would you do? I want to know. Seriously.
What would I do?
Ruth, have you got one? You could go back in time and change the course of human events with one move. What would you do?
That would stop World War II.
Something that would stop World War II?
Yeah, like maybe go back and have Hitler's mom slip and fall. So he was never born.
Chain
Oh,
of
I
events.
see.
Right.
Chain
So,
of events.
Whack Hitler.
Yeah.
You'd have Hitler whacked. Yeah, that's interesting.
I think I would go back and get rid of Bob Guccione so that poor Vanessa wouldn't have had to give up her crown when the pictures came out.
That's what you do.
That's
Come
what I
on.
do.
Come
What
on.
would I do? What would I do?
You know, it'd be something boring with some old English queen in the 1700s.
No, Queen Elizabeth I lived long enough. I mean,
She was a tremendous woman.
She really was.
Tremendous woman.
Glad you see that now.
Oh, of course I know that. I've always said that.
All right.
Boring, but tremendous woman. That's the Queen Mum. She's still alive today.
No.
Sure.
No.
That's the Queen from the 17th century.
No.
Yep.
No.
She's
Still
only
hanging out.
102.
Oh. What would I do?
Would you stop the Challenger astronauts from getting on board
I was
the
going to say
rocket?
the Hindenburg. I would warn the people on the Hindenburg to take a bus.
Across the ocean.
Whatever.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna make it would have been safer.
They
That's
would have
right.
drowned.
Yeah.
But pick
well,
your poison.
whatever. I
Yeah.
would warn the people on the Titanic about the damn iceberg.
That's what you would do.
That's what I would do.
It's a good one.
It's a lot more people than the Hindenburg.
Yes, it is. How about it, Boyer?
Oh, Marilyn's butt plug didn't.
Come on. Come on.
I think it was the Mercury astronauts that burned up.
Those
on the
Apollo
platform,
astronauts.
On the launch pad.
There's Apollo 1.
Gus
Get it right.
Grissom.
Jeffy and White. I don't know what I'm talking about for a change.
Thank you. Thank you. It seems like a terrible way to die.
As opposed to the good ways to
The good
die?
ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like being suffocated by a 38 double D hooker or something.
That is how you want to go, isn't it?
You got one, God boy?
Probably go back and warn them about Pearl Harbor.
It's taken.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks for listening.
You wouldn't save the leader of your religious cult?
Jim Jones?
Yes, you wouldn't tell him
Don't
not
drink
to
the Kool-Aid, Jimmy!
It's bad stuff. Don't drink it.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Summers, and Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw have the best show I've ever heard. And they all use their butt master, too.
And our butts look really good.
And their butts look really good.
Hey! Wait. Take your time. Okay. More expression. Hey! No. Find some motivation here. Come on. Okay. Hey, Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. What's that?
Tell me why you hang around. Ain't got time for kissing, I'm too busy messing in this town. All your pretty women, yes, I'm boring in between. I don't need no fancy tops, I need the ones that's clean. Hey, baby, jump in the back of my board. I'ma give you a ride, baby, that you never could afford. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Well, follow me down to my house, baby. I'll show you the real love game. Yes, I will.
1015 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. If you check your calendar, you see we are creeping up on September. And the 7th through the 9th is where you'll find downtown just set alight with Street Scene. Over 100 different bands, 12 different stages. This year's eclectic lineup includes Cheap Trick, the Black Crowes, and a Jimi Hendrix tribute band. Tickets or the complete lineup, you can visit that Street Scene webpage at www.street-scene.com. Well, your chance to score tickets from the KGB coming up soon. Keep it tuned right here to San Diego's world-class rock, the 1015 KGB FM San Diego. Come on back, Marty Milner, the star of TV's Adam 12, radio performer, stage actor, fantastic film performer. You will not believe all the things he has done. We'll be talking to him next on the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. This is the KGB.
It's sizzling.
KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. You may know him best as Pete J. Malloy, Officer Malloy from Adam 12, but he has had a fantastic career starting in the 40s and continuing today. You can hear him on Extra Sports 690, the Let's Talk Hookup Show from 6 to 8 a.m. Saturday and Sunday morning. He's a heck of a nice guy. He is a local guy and somebody who came in and regaled us with stories like you wouldn't believe. This is part one of our interview with Marty Milner on the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw on the 1015 KGB.
This is San Diego's #1, the KGB. You're with Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. It's 7:30. You know, I really never get over the feeling that you first get when a real famous TV and movie star walks into your studio. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. When someone who is truly, truly recognizable and truly famous walks in. And that's certainly the case with you, sir. Martin Milner joins us here in the studio.
Good morning. I'm not sure that description fits me.
It totally
absolutely
fits you.
does.
We are. Totally fits you.
We're huge fans and we're all in awe.
Well, thank you very much.
Great admirers of your work, and I understand now you've been suckered into working for the Clear Channel World Domination
Network.
Network.
We're not actually, we are part of the family, but we don't really, I mean, my check isn't signed by Clear Channel. We're kind of independent contractors on Extra. My partner, Pete Gray, was in the radio business as a salesman for years before he got on the air. And so he packages the whole thing and writes the commercials and does the selling and puts together packages for sponsors, and I just kind of show up.
They'll get you when you least expect
That's
it.
right. Okay.
In the middle of the night when you least expect it.
The show's been on 10 years now, and I've been on it 8, so it's been a happy
Excellent. What is your radio show?
It's called Let's Talk Hookup.
Okay.
And it's on Saturday and Sunday mornings from 6 to 8. I only have to get up early twice a week.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is.
And what's the topic of your...
topic is fishing. It's a audience participation call-in show. The topic is fishing. We always have special expert guests on, whether a fishing boat captain or somebody that manufactures equipment or something. So the calls are generated by the guests generally.
Is that 690 that does this?
Yeah, right.
Excellent. Our sports station here.
Right. And that's a huge signal, of course.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'll have to listen to that.
Thank you.
Let me give you just, the guy is a 5, maybe 6-pager on Internet Movie Database. This is a terrific website, by the way. If you ever have a movie star, TV star that you want to learn all about, you want to see their entire body of work, you go to IMDb. That stands for Internet Movie Database, imdb.com. Type in their name or any movie,
right,
and it links to everything that anybody has ever done. Producer,
cool.
director, writer, actor, actress, anything that you want.
Right.
And Martin Milner comes up with a 5-page, which is rare.
See, I didn't realize this. I know you from television.
Well, yeah, there was a whole career before television.
I didn't know
Started
that.
back in the mid 1940s.
He has an almost uncountable list of television appearances. But let me just read you some of the movies that you might have heard.
Okay.
That Martin Milner has been in.
Okay.
Life with Father. I just saw Life with Father.
He loves this movie.
That's a wonderful movie.
He loves it.
It's your first movie.
Right.
I can't get enough of this, and I hope you're going to tell me that William Powell is a cooler guy off stage as he was on TV.
He was wonderful to me,
movies.
and so was Irene Dunn wonderful to me, and so it was a great joy for. As a matter of fact, I was so inexperienced that I didn't appreciate what a good time it was, and how rare it was to have them be so nice.
And you almost poisoned your poor mother to death.
I did. Yes, I did.
In Life with Father.
Oh, yeah! Why did God make so many dumb fools and Democrats?
That's his new favorite line, and we've heard it a lot. All right.
Oh,
Alrighty.
it's a great movie.
Now it's
so
Oh Gad
great.
in the movie, but on stage it was Oh God. But they wouldn't. The censors wouldn't let him say that. In the
That's a
movie.
terrific movie. The Sands of Iwo Jima.
Wow.
Come on.
That was a good movie. That was a trivia question. That was the first time John Wayne was nominated for an Academy Award. Was in The Sands of Iwo Jima.
Well, it was a spectacular,
Didn't win. But.
spectacular movie. A lot of war movies.
Well, I came along at the right time for a young actor that needed a job, because it was in the 40s and early 50s, and they were making a lot of war movies, and I was 18, 19, 20 years old, perfect cannon fodder age. So that was the source of my income for about 5 years.
Cannon fodder.
Halls of Montezuma.
Also a good movie.
Operation Pacific.
Again, John Wayne.
The Life of Riley.
Well, yeah, that was television now we're talking about.
But it's great work. Torpedo Alley. Mr. Roberts.
Come on.
Now, if you had done nothing else in your life, to walk around and say, yeah, I'm that, and I don't know, I'm trying to figure out where that shore patrol officer was from. I'm not sure if it was Alabama or Mississippi.
It was Alabama.
Alabama,
Yeah.
okay.
Because there is a difference in those accents, and I got some tapes from an Alabama accent to study before I did that film.
And it's one scene.
That's all.
It's one scene.
Marvelous scene.
It's a wonderful scene.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this movie.
Oh,
you should.
You haven't seen Mr. Roberts?
I have not. I should go rent it.
Henry
I know.
Fonda, Jack Lemmon,
Yeah.
Jimmy Cagney, William Powell, Martin Milner.
Good God.
It's a spectacular movie.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
And did you get to meet, talk with, be buddies with Jimmy Cagney?
No, only with Henry Fonda. He was the only one I worked with. Although I was on the set for a week, and I got to see these other people, but I didn't really get a chance to chum up with them.
One of Jimmy Cagney's, one of his last few works, really, when you think about it.
He was somebody that I really looked forward to. There's certain people that I've been very lucky to work with, like Wayne and Cooper and Ty Power, but there were certain people that I missed, and Cagney was one, and Edward G. Robinson was another one that I really wanted to work with. I admired their work so much.
These guys, when you're a kid going to the movies, and I'm speaking to you, sir, when you're a kid going to the movies and seeing these huge stars, and all of a sudden you're working with them as a kid.
Well, it comes along gradually, though. You don't start out. I mean, it's a slow building process. At least it was in those days. You didn't get those good jobs overnight, but you had to pay some dues first. So by the time that those good jobs came along, you fully appreciated them.
Well, there's a great scene in Mr. Roberts where Jimmy Cagney and Fonda make this. Fonda makes a deal with the devil with Jimmy Cagney so that his men can get shore leave, because Jimmy Cagney is just an awful, awful man.
Right.
In this movie, he's a terrible officer. He works his men to death.
Who did it?
He's terrible.
Who did it?
And Fonda makes a deal so that his men can go out on shore leave, and these guys haven't had shore leave in like 42 years.
So Fonda's the good guy, and he knows they need some time to blow off steam. Yeah.
And so these guys go out and they tear up the town.
Right.
They absolutely tear up this town.
Right.
And it's Martin Milner's job as the shore patrol officer to come back and give Henry Fonda the news that his men have been misbehaving. And he does it with this thick, slow motion molasses Alabama accent, which is obviously not native to you, so you had to learn that.
Yes. The men had gone ashore and by mistake had found themselves in the governor's mansion, which they thought was a cat house.
Oh no!
So going in, and the opening of that scene, they're being loaded back onto the deck of the ship in a cargo net.
Yeah.
They're so drunk, so it had all the built-in pieces to make a success.
All right. Who did it? Who did it?
It wasn't me.
I'm going to find out who did it, if it takes all night.
Do you remember any of these lines?
Well, I do when you play them like that. Sure, they come back to me.
Do you remember specifically making these movies like Life with Father?
I remember certain things about it, but you have to remember Life with Father was made in 1945 or 6, so that's 55 years ago? My memories are a little dim of those days, but I remember certain incidents that happened. I remember on Life with Father, I was just a kid. I was 14 years old, and I would go up to the gym and work out at lunchtime with a fighter that ran the gym at Warner Brothers called Mushy Callahan. And I'd sweat off all my makeup and come back, and Michael Curtiz, the director, would be so mad at me because they'd all have to sit and wait while I got remade up. So I remember incidents like that.
You know, I'm a clod. I ask personal questions, and when I go too far, just tell me, hey, you're being a clod, and I'll back right off. Did you get to make out with Elizabeth Taylor?
No.
Elizabeth Taylor is this little hottie.
She was so beautiful. We're the same age.
Grief.
We were both 14. And she was absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. But I was 14 going on 15. She was 14 going on 25.
Yeah,
right.
Very sophisticated.
It wasn't long, a few years, maybe 4 or 5 years after that. She married Nicky Hilton. But she was dating guys that were much more mature
older,
than I.
yeah.
And I did teach her how to play tennis. And she did invite me to one big Hollywood party, which I was totally out of place.
Despite her maturity, was she, relatable, a fun person to be
lots
with?
of fun. Very nice, yeah.
How did the tennis lesson go?
Fine, yeah. Her mother was there, chaperoning her.
Yeah.
And it seems to me we played at a friend of mine's house that had a court. She wanted to learn to play tennis. And I was a pretty good tennis player in those days, so I taught her.
Before I continue with your very impressive body of work, I'm focusing kind of here on Life with Father because I'm such a fan of that movie. What does a 14-year-old kid get paid to be in a movie with Elizabeth Taylor and William Powell? I mean, is it a sizable sum of money? Do you still get paid for it every time it shows on TV? It's a one-time.
Those old movies, you never got paid residuals. And most of the television that I did, the residuals ran out on it 20 years ago. But that was my first movie, and I got minimum. Because as a salary, you had to build it. You'd get minimum here, and then you get a $25 a week raise over there, and a $50 a week raise next year. And so you gradually built it up. But I made $175 a week on that movie.
So, and is that how they figured out? They pay you by the week, by the hour?
By the week. Yeah.
By the week, okay. Yeah. So you got $175 a week. How long did it take to make
20
that movie?
weeks.
Wow.
It was a lot of money to me. A 14-year-old kid, I put money away and bought my first car.
And when it was all said and done, was there the great golden age of Hollywood movie premiere that you got to attend?
There was. Yeah, it was a big premiere,
and this would have been your first one.
Oh yes, and I was a big kid. I was I grew about 6 inches on that movie in 20 weeks, but but I was a kid who was 14, 15, and looked like I was 18. So the thing that happened after that movie is I didn't work for a long time, a couple of years, because in the movie business, they can hire an 18-year-old to play a 15-year-old, and they don't have to put up with all the work regulations, having a social worker on the set, and all the hourly rules where they can only work 4 hours a day. So I was a big kid that looked 18, and I didn't work till I was 17. I started lying about my age when I was 17. Got a job right away. I got Sands of Iwo Jima, as a matter of fact.
These are just great movies. Let's continue here with After Mr. Roberts, which was just spectacular. Gunfight at the OK Corral.
Yeah.
That was played one of the Earps.
Yeah, I played Wyatt Earp's younger brother, who was the first one killed in that battle. And that's a kind of an interesting story.
Is this Burt Lancaster?
Yeah.
And Kirk Douglas. I mean, good God, look at the people that you were working with.
I worked with Burt a couple of times. Wow. Of course, in Sweet Smell was
a great Burt Lancaster. What a great guy.
I was signed to do Jack Webb's first television series after Dragnet, which is a show called Noah's Ark. And I was signed. We did the makeup test. I had the wardrobe and everything. And I took the job in OK Corral just to kind of fill in for a couple of weeks before I was going to make this pilot, which was pre-sold. It was sold for 13 shows without making the pilot. And Gunfight at the OK Corral ran over schedule. And I couldn't make the pilot. It just absolutely broke my heart. And it turned out to be one of the most fortunate things that ever happened to me, because a good buddy of mine, Paul Burke, made the pilot. and the pilot laid a huge egg. And it was one of the first times that a show was sold for 13 and they canceled it after 11 or 12. They didn't fill out the commitment.
Jeez.
And Paul, his career, it took about a year to get back on track.
Yeah.
I did this small part with Burt Lancaster, and Burt signed me to a personal contract, and from that I got Sweet Smell of Success, which was a very pivotal movie in my career. So
Great
the moral is things work out for the best.
Did you know when you were making, let's say Sweet Smell of Success or Mr. Roberts, did you know that these are going to be great movies?
I thought Sweet Smell of Success was going to be a huge success. It was not. It was a monetary failure. It's since made some money, and it's become kind of a cult movie, a favorite. Yeah. But at the time, I thought it was going to be great because it was written by Clifford Odets and Ernie Lehman, and those are the best writers around in those days. And with those people, with Tony and Burt Lancaster and Sam Levine played my agent, a wonderful New York stage actor. I thought it was going to be big time, and it just kind of came out and kind of laid an egg.
You played a jazz guitarist, right?
Yeah.
Steve Dallas.
Yeah, and Burt Lancaster was this Walter Winchell evil, like theater critic type gossip guy whose daughter Marty was going with, and he was doing his best to break it up. And Tony Curtis is in there, who is just acts up a storm in that movie.
It's the best thing he ever did, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. He was just marvelous.
And then we get to 1960. Get out of the way. Here comes Sex Kittens Go to College.
I knew you'd bring it.
Sex Kittens Go to College.
I need to hear more. We're going to have to do a quarter hour on that.
We got a break. We're coming back with much more from the great television and movie actor Martin Milner. Don't go away. We're on the KGB here, folks.
Look at the carnage. I don't want to, but I can't look away. I haven't seen this many shrimp eaten at Rubio since they dropped the eel in the tank. Bob, we've got to do something. Well, what can we do, James? We're just fish. Fish at Rubio's Baja Grill. So? So what? Hey, lady, you and the kid, over here in the fish tank. They're coming over. Look at you and your 99-cent crispy shrimp taco. What did those little shrimp ever do to you, huh?
Look, Mommy, they're talking to us.
Oh, honey, fish can't talk. They're just hungry. Here.
Oh, is that what I think it is? Yeah. For a short time at Rubio's, try our new crispy Baja shrimp tacos for just 99 cents each. Handmade with crispy battered shrimp, shredded cabbage, salsa fresca, and creamy chili sauce. All folded into a soft, warm corn tortilla. Now that's true Baja. And at 99 cents, so is the price. Hey, this is pretty good. Now you should try one. Oh, yeah. You're gonna burn for that. Discover true Baja at Rubio's Baja Grill.
We're talking with one of the greats from Hollywood here this morning. Martin Milner's in studio with us. And if you would just take time when you're watching TV, when you're watching the movies, if you would take time and pay attention to who you're watching on TV, you'll get away from the whole, well, all he did was Adam 12 thing.
Right.
Certainly Adam 12, great program.
Yep.
Which I think is probably most associated with Martin Milner. In fact, my buddy Brad writes, Dear Dave, I most definitely appreciate what a wonderful and successful career this man has, but I must tell you, as a young man growing up and wanting to enter law enforcement, his role as Peter Edward Malloy, badge 744, was an incredible inspiration. And that's from Brad Bickle in El Cajon.
I hear that a lot.
Great
lot
fan of yours.
Come up to me now. I'm still pretty active in police projects. This Saturday I'm going to a fundraiser for an officer's family who was killed in the line of duty. And a lot of young officers come up and say, I got this job because of watching you on Adam 12. So
what a great thrill for you.
It always pleases me, yeah.
You must be very proud. Martin Milner, born in Detroit, Michigan in the 30s. His father was a film distributor. His mother was a dancer. As a young boy, broke into his career playing the role of John Day in Life with Father. Then went ahead and got polio.
Yeah, right after that movie.
You should never do that.
No, it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good career choice.
But you seem to have recovered fully from it.
Yeah, there are more light cases like mine than you hear about, and I have I had right afterwards a little residual effect in my neck, but other than that, no after effects.
Were you terribly frightened when it happened?
Scared to death. And my
well,
family.
the whole country was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was a deadly
Oh,
epidemic.
My dad had polio, and he was like bedridden for about 11 months.
Yeah.
Did you lose feeling in any of your limbs?
No, I didn't. They treated me with the Sister Kenny treatment, then, which was hot blankets and hot towels. And I don't know whether that saved me or if I would have been okay anyway, but it worked. I was okay.
How long was it after that? This would have been, what, 1948 when you had polio?
47.
How long after that was it? Was it in the 50s that they came out with Salk and the vaccine?
Well, I think it was some time after that. I
Was
think
it?
it might have been the early 60s.
Oh, wow.
It seems to me that my kids were young when that came along.
You're right, because when I was first in elementary school, they didn't have it, and then you'd line up and take the sugar cube.
Yeah.
And that was 64.
So my kids were born between 57 and 64, 59 and 64.
Right.
So it would have been in the early 60s, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
The children he speaks of, Amy, Molly, Stuart, and Andrew, has 4 kids, and the great work that he's done stops not only on TV, stops not only on the stage or the movies. If it weren't for him, you might not have heard of such people such as Clint Eastwood.
Well,
now don't be shy.
I didn't have anything to do
You
with
have
it,
a
so.
key role. You and David Jansen have a key. Clint Eastwood would be a retired lifeguard today.
Really?
Yes,
I don't
he
think
would.
so.
If it weren't for your
He had
encouragement.
so much talent, it would have happened to him no matter who he was around. And we were in the Army together. We were at Fort Ord together for a couple of years, and along with Dave Jansen. And then we got out and we did this. Clint and Dave were both under contract to Universal. So we made the movie Francis in the Navy together. But Clint was going to be a star no matter what. And you can see that now. He's so multi-talented now.
Yes, he is.
He directs, he acts. And nothing would have held him back.
And you served your country proudly for 2 years in the Army?
I was drafted and was in for 2 years.
2 years in the Army?
Yeah.
And did you see any combat?
No. I spent the whole time at Fort Ord.
Very good.
In Central California. Was the best duty I could find, thank you very much.
Well, let's finally get to Adam 12 here.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to talk about Sex Kittens Go to College.
Yeah, really.
We're saving that for the end.
Okay.
We've got some clips. Can you set up the clip?
Oh, God.
Yay.
Adam 12 comes along. How did they approach you with this, the idea of a television show to be a police officer?
Actually, I had done a series before that, Route 66. And that was a very successful show critically. And was never as big a hit as Adam 12, but it was on for 4 years. And after that, I went to New York. I did a play on Broadway, and Jack Webb and I had done Dragnet on the radio for years, and just playing guest parts on the radio.
Which network was doing that?
NBC.
Okay.
And I went to New York to do, and I'd done the movie Pete Kelly's Blues with Jack Webb too, as well as Halls of Montezuma.
I have to tell you, I love radio drama.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, I love it more than the movies.
It was the best dollar to be made.
Oh.
Yeah. You didn't make a lot of money, but you could do a lot of shows.
Yeah,
I mean, the big radio actors spent their day at the station. They do 6, 7, 8 shows during the course of a day. They just wait in the halls, and somebody would hand them a script, and 15 minutes later, they'd be on the air. But at any rate, I knew Jack pretty well, and I'd gone to New York to do this play. And he called me about doing the pilot for Adam 12. I said, Jack, I can't do it. I'm signed for this play. I'm sure it's going to be a big hit, which means I'll be tied to it for a year.
Right.
Play with Diane Cannon in it in New York, comedy. Well, the play opened, and it was a
Get to make out with Diane Cannon?
flop. No, I didn't.
no.
Didn't make out with Diane?
That's probably why. If you'd made out
I've
with
been
her.
married longer than you are old.
Oh, all right.
We will have
Get
been
to make
married
out with your wife?
occasionally.
Yeah. All right.
We'll have been married 45 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very
Wonderful.
much. And anyway, I was able to do the pilot, and the play was a flop, and the pilot that I didn't have a whole lot of hopes for was a huge success. So again, things work out for the best, and you never know what the right thing is.
So it went in opposite directions that you thought it was going to go in.
Yeah.
And how long was Adam 12 on television?
7 years. 7 years, and then it was 5 years stripped every day. And I guess it's on again now on TV Land every night.
I think you can.
When you say stripped every day, what does that mean? Reruns?
That means it's rerun every
Okay.
day. Yeah, and sometimes
Never heard that
a lot of times they had them back to back too.
Would you consider that, I'm sure you're proud of the work, would you consider it your most memorable work? It's certainly what people identify you with.
There were a couple of things about it that made me think of it very fondly, and one was my partner Kent McCord, who is an absolutely great guy. We're still friends to this day. We talk to each other probably once every week or so on the phone. He's been in Australia a lot the last few months doing a series over there, doing a recurring role on a series called Farscape over there. But working with him and working with Jack Webb, it made such a happy, cooperative atmosphere. There was never a harsh moment on the set, and both Kent and I were not real egotistical, and we just wanted things that were good for the show. So it was never, hey, he's got more lines than I've got, or any of that kind of garbage. So it was a wonderful experience.
Can you tell us anything about Jack Webb? I mean, he was so...
Jack Webb was...
He was such a hard guy on Dragnet, such a mean, establishment guy.
Yeah, well, he was in person pretty much like you saw him on the air. He was serious. He had a great... His office was the gathering place at Universal. In those days, the big guys at Universal had bungalows, so you'd go by his office at the end of the day, and he'd open the bar, and you never knew who was going to be there. One day it might be Sidney Sheinberg, who was the creative head of the studio. It could be Tony Quinn. It just was always an interesting place to be. And Jack was a lot of fun to be around, but he was also very opinionated. And he felt that the things that he wanted to, the way he wanted it done was the right way to do it.
Was the show, now Dragnet here I'm speaking of, was it corny on purpose?
I'm not sure that it was, it looks corny now, but I don't think it was when it became a hit. And everybody told Jack that style was not going to work. That style was borrowed from a movie in which Jack was a supporting player. And the movie was a movie called He Walked by Night. And Jack played a cop in that, and it had that flat, kind of monotone kind of dialogue delivery in it. Richard Basehart starred in the movie when he was relatively unknown. It was a great little B movie. Yeah. But that's where the style came from that movie.
My question to you about it being corny is poorly set up and maybe unfair. When I'm speaking of the way it's corny, I'm not talking about, this is going to be hard for me to describe. There's a technical aspect of Dragnet in its editing. In the camera work is a very quick shot of Sergeant Friday, and they cut away. I mean, they'll cut to him just to watch him go,
Right. I mean, Jack felt, and I think rightly so in those days, and that's not so much true now, but the television screen was 10 inches in those days, and he felt like group shots, you didn't get the message across. He believed strongly in close-ups. So he'd shoot an establishing shot, and then the rest of the scene would be in close-ups. And the style of the show, it had a certain meter to it, and certain punchlines before the music came up.
That's right.
And one thing's for sure, how's that? This guy we're talking to, yeah, he's going to jail.
Yeah. No question.
Right.
No question.
Right.
But no one took a breath in that show.
Right.
And
No.
Until they did, and then it was a long breath.
And Jack's favorite phrase as a director was stop acting. Just say the lines. Just don't act.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I got along.
A lot of people have borrowed that.
Yeah.
Because I've worked with
very
people.
well.
I've worked with people and doing TV commercials. They said, Dave, don't act.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can tell.
Get back behind the microphone, Dave. Get away from the camera.
Right, yeah.
It's funny because you'll be watching that show and what is Harry Morgan?
Yeah.
And Jack will be together interviewing some, I don't know, lady in 1966 wearing her house dress in Los Angeles, and they're asking her the questions, and she'll be in the middle of a sentence, and she'll stop to take a breath, and they'll cut right to Harry, who'll go, and then right back to the lady. It's just it's funny to watch because there is no other television show quite like that.
No, it was a style all its own.
Yeah.
And now your passion seems to be fishing. During the commercial break, you and Shelley and Boyer here have been talking about, you've only got about 42 trips planned.
Well, I have some good trips planned this year. I'm going to Venezuela to fish for peacock bass. I'm going to Florida Keys to fish for bonefish and tarpon and permit. We're going to Mexico with my sons and my son-in-law 2 weeks from now to fish for marlin and sailfish and dorado and tuna. And then next year, I'm going to Midway Island, way out in the middle of the Pacific. I'm going to spend a week in Montana in May. And I'm going to go back and fish the Connecticut River, which is the border between New Hampshire and Vermont. I'm going to fish that in October.
Do you fly fish as well?
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there anything other than military at Midway?
No. Well, there's a resort there, but it's a protected area. It's a preserve. You can fish there, but you can't keep any fish. You have to let everything go. And it's a bird preserve, and there are no cars on the... Now, I haven't been there, but my partner went this year, and so I'm going to go next year. And the only mode of transportation is a bicycle or a golf cart, so...
I'd go with a golf cart.
Yeah,
I think so.
I would
Yeah.
too.
Bubba writes, Dear Dave, let Marty know that in my school, all the cool guys had Adam 12 lunchboxes. Ask him what it was like to have the most requested lunchbox.
Well,
did you know that, by the way?
I know that there are a lot of them around, and I know that they're collector's items now, and it's amazing. You go to some of these autograph shows, and people bring you something to sign, and you find out later that a signed lunchbox in good shape with the thermos in it and signed by Kent and me is worth several $100, $400 or $500. And we didn't realize that, of course. And we had a deal to participate in the merchandising. And thank you very much, Universal. We never saw a dime from anything. The comic books, there were 11 comic books. There were a couple of paperback books. There was a car. There was the lunchbox. And they creative bookkeeping kept us from getting any of that money, I think.
Nice.
Here is Art on the KGB. Art, you're on the air with Martin Milner. Go ahead.
Hey, Martin Milner. Hey, listen, I'd just like to thank you as a police officer. I'm a cop here in San Diego and have been for years. And that was one of the few shows where you guys actually portray us in a decent light.
Thank you.
Other than just a bumbling, stumbling, fat, donut-eating patrol officer, you know?
Barney Fife.
Exactly.
Well, thanks. I appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I still watch it with my kids now.
Thank you.
So, it's a great show. Thanks a lot.
You bet.
Thanks, Art.
All right.
Here's some more email for you, Martin. Dear Dave, I would like to echo the email message about police officers and what Martin meant. Watching Adam 12 was a huge part of my childhood, and one episode in particular was when Officer Malloy felt sorry for a small child whose Christmas presents were stolen, and he stopped and bought a Tonka truck. I was so moved by that gesture, I have to say that scenario taught a young boy a lot about compassion and charity. Just wanted to say that I'm a real fan, James Johnson.
That's very nice.
Yeah, the tone on Adam 12 was different than Dragnet, whereas Jack Webb, Joe Friday was very lectury, but, if you will. But you guys were cool.
Well, we struggled to make that show different than Dragnet. We didn't want to be in that pattern, so both Kent and I didn't want to be copycats of Dragnet.
Bill writes, Dear Dave, please say a quick hello to Marty for me. I've been on his fishing show and recently had a chance to take him out fishing. It was one of the greatest highlights of my life. Fishing with my hero from Adam 12.
Well, how nice.
Bill Schaefer.
Oh, sure. We fished in San Diego Bay. Bill Schaefer is a guide that fishes San Diego Bay and Mission Bay too. He specializes in just bay fishing, and he took me out fly fishing too. Took me out for the day. We had a lovely
Now
day.
that's an art.
Yes. Well, it's basically just light tackle fishing.
But you got to have the move.
You got to have the move. Yeah, that's true.
Did you see A River Runs Through It?
Oh, sure.
What a
Read the book, too.
spectacular movie.
Yeah, wonderful.
I mean, if you could almost turn down the sound, put on nice music, and just watch that movie. If it weren't such a great movie start to finish, just the visual aspects of that movie are spectacular.
That's true.
And Lynette writes, Dear Dave, my claim to fame even today dates back to the 70s. The Milners were neighbors of mine. I graduated Fallbrook High School the same year as Stewart. I used to see Mr. Milner in his green station wagon driving around town. I drive by their house daily and still show it to out-of-towners.
Well, that was when we first moved to San Diego County in about 1970. We built a house in Fallbrook, and we lived there for 7 years in a big barn house and had avocado groves. And then we sold that place and moved to the beach.
Wow.
And Del Mar.
So, aside from the work that you do on 690, and the show is called Hooking Up?
Let's talk hookup.
Let's talk hookup.
Right.
Are you a retired gentleman?
Well, not really. I do some voiceover stuff. I narrated an 11-part documentary, 11-hour documentary on World War II that'll be on, I think, later this fall on either the Discovery Channel or the History Channel. It's 1 hour on each of the islands, Iwo Jima and Guadalcanal and
I love those channels.
Palau and then I also narrated a 2.5-hour documentary on Route 66, the road.
Oh,
and
cool.
and I do some other stuff too. Some appearances and some voiceover work, and occasionally a television show, but not very often. I really don't like to go into Los Angeles.
I don't blame
San
you.
Diegan. I've been down here over 30 years, and I'm spoiled now.
Yeah, that's a tough trip up.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, are they ever going to be done with the construction?
Well, they can't. There too many people keep moving in. They
Yeah.
have to be building new
Well, when they
freeways.
are, it'll be obsolete.
Right. Right.
Here's John with a question. John, go ahead. You're on with Martin Milner.
Hey, Marty.
Morning, John.
I just want to tell you that my brother and I, that was our favorite show. We
Thank
used to
you.
Love, we used to love your show, and our favorite episode
or my favorite episode, was when you got in a car accident, you're off the side of the road, and you could, gosh dog, your partner, I forget his name right now, he was looking for you, everybody was looking for you, and then they finally found you at the end, and he was all, it was very touching and everything, and I just want to say we love your show, and we still watch it when we can.
That was one of my favorites, too. Thanks.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one where I crashed the car in Griffith Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you guys always, you come on Emergency once in a while?
Once in a while, yeah.
Yeah. We used to love that whenever you guys were on Emergency.
We did Emergency 2 or 3 times. We did Dragnet once. And we did the DA's Man, I think, once, too, which was another web show. We guested on those shows.
Too cool.
And which one of you had the dinner and the date with the hot date at the restaurant, and you're in your jacket, and one of the partners got in a tussle outside? You were able to get away for a romantic date, and then the other guy runs in, and I believe it was you on the hot date, wasn't it?
It had to be because Kent was married on the show.
That's right.
And
so
he was
you're
always trying to set you up.
You're on the hot date, and so then you have to run out and help him with a case, and you're chasing around, and you come back in with your jacket all ripped up, and the date just didn't go well. I want to know how did it go?
Recollection of
how
that
did it go at the end?
I can't even remember that show. We made 170.
She was hot.
172 shows, I think, and some of them I just don't recall at all. We made 116-hour shows of Route 66, and occasionally I see one of those and have no recollection of it at all.
Of even being in it.
No, well, it comes back to me, but I suddenly look at it and say, oh, there's Robert Duvall. He was a guest on that show.
Wow.
So.
Sex kittens go to college.
I want to know all about it.
Not only sex kittens go to college, my friend, but The Private Lives of Adam and Eve, also with Mamie Van Doren.
Yes.
Ooh, amazing that my career survived those two.
Mamie Van Doren. Sexpot goes to college, also known as Teacher versus Sexpot, also known as Teacher was a Sexpot.
Oh. Well, except the Hayes office, or the censors, would not let us use Sexpot. So they had to rename it Sex Kittens. Originally, it was
Sex Kittens is better.
It is. Sex sounds
kittens.
nasty, but Sex Kitten sounds
soft and good,
but nice.
Everything
Private
good.
Lives of Adam and Eve, with me playing Adam, Mamie Van Doren playing Eve, and Mickey Rooney playing the devil. was perhaps the low spot in my career.
Well, look at this. I mean, just page after page after page after page of credits.
Good Lord.
Can you point to one thing? You're obviously proud of your career, and rightly so, but can you point to one thing and say, it's my favorite thing I ever did? And now you've got radio, you've got stage, movies, and television, and radio. Again, a return to radio.
Right.
Can you point to one, and I certainly don't know you well enough to say that that's your entire career, but can you point to one thing and say
I
that
think
is
The
it?
Sweet Smell of Success was probably the best thing I ever did. The best work that I ever did, and possibly the best movie that I was ever in.
Well, your third billing behind only Lancaster and Tony Curtis.
And Susan Harrison, too, was in that movie. Luke didn't do very much afterwards, but it was a very, very good movie.
Well, I got to go to Hollywood Videos.
You're going to have to.
No kidding,
There's no other choice.
You look like you're in tremendous health, and you're enjoying your life, doing lots of fishing, and what a terrific career you've had.
Thank you.
Neat stories to tell, and you've got a lovely family and kids and grandkids. Got the total package.
I never
making out with your
never
wife.
thought it would be this good.
Of 45 years.
I never
He's
thought it
got
would be
all.
this good.
God,
Wow.
I wish I was you.
The great Martin Milner, very generous with his time here this morning here on KGB San Diego.
The best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. This is the KGB Hour.
Hi.
Oh no, that was a great start. Go ahead.
Good, yeah.
Hi. Hi. Yes. Hi. No, wait a minute.
You have to identify yourself.
This is so hard to do. I can't. Who am I? No. This is. No. Hi. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait. What is it you want me to do?
I want you to say hi, and I'm Farrah Fawcett, and our show is called Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw, and anything you say about listening to us would be perfect.
Hi, Dave, Shelley, Chainsaw. It's good listening. Yeah.
I'm
It's Farrah Fawcett on FM. Yeah. Tune in. I was just doing my little.
Oh, God!
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jill Monroe. God. You're bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say. Right. You're bloody well right. You know you got a right to say. You're bloody well right. You know you're right to say. Yeah, you're bloody well right. You know you're right to say. Me, I don't care anyway. Write your problems down in detail. Take 'em to a higher place. And you cry, no, I shouldn't say where. In the meantime, hush your face. Right. You're bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say. Right. You're bloody well right. You know you got a right to say. You're bloody well right. You know you're right to say. Yeah, you're bloody well right. You know you got a right to say. You got a bloody 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 right to say.
1015 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. Mark your calendar. Make sure you are there with us at Dick's Last Resort on Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m., where we will sort through a dozen of San Diego's most beautiful women who are all competing to represent KGB and O'Doul's as Miss World Class 2001. The crown of Miss World Class will be awarded that Thursday night, the 23rd of August. Dick's will be the place. We will have all these bikini-clad women up on stage with their final chance to win. Miss World Class is going to take home over $10,000 in cash and prizes. She'll also represent KGB and O'Doul's for a year. And we're going to pay her for her appearances around San Diego. Join the party at Dick's Last Resort Thursday the 23rd, 7 to 9 p.m., where we will crown Miss World Class. It's from San Diego's World Class Rock, the 1015 KGB. Dave Shelley. 1015 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. Boy, you're here till noon. Then tonight, 5:15, we're going to kick off qualifying in the Big Bad Burrito Bomber, the Sombrero Mexican Food Border Parts and King Racing Wheels 527 car. Right there racing for the team KGB. Will be on the track along with Chuck Nevin in Randy Wallace's 529 KGB. Inline collision. Ottavio's Italian Ristorante race team. Banging it up with the rest of the Bombers. The sportsmen are out tonight. Street Stocks, Ponies, Legends, and the Trains all kicking it off in the East County at 5:15 for qualifying. Chargers, a little preseason action with some interviews and chat. Let's go now to the Dean of American Sportscasters. Hello, Cookie Randolph.
Hello again, everybody in the sports world. On Saturday night, the Chargers beat the 49ers 25-24 on a last-minute touchdown pass and two-point conversion, a drive led by backup quarterback Dave Dickinson, who went 17 for 27 on the night, no interceptions. Doug Flutie, started and guided the Padres, the Chargers, to touchdowns on each of the two series he played. He went 8 for 10 passing, had a touchdown, blocked for another, no interceptions, and then took the rest of the night off, gave it to Dickinson. And we are very honored to welcome Doug Flutie and Coach Mike Riley into the studio this morning. Gentlemen, welcome to the KGB. And first, a question for Coach Riley. Do you think it's nice to win whenever they put the score up there? You always want your number to be higher. Did you feel good last year when you won all 4 preseason games, which was not the problem that led to the 1-15 regular season? But it's always good to win, and don't the guys feel good about winning, Coach?
I think it's nice to win. Whenever they're putting the score up there, you know, you want to have more than the other guys. So I don't think it's a negative at all to win. You know, and I felt good last year when we were winning these games. That's wasn't our problem as the season went on. So I think it's good to win. I think the guys feel good about winning.
Kind of surprising answer there. Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie, welcome to the KGB. Doug, how did it feel once you got out there in front of a crowd wearing a Chargers uniform?
It felt good. It felt comfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doug. Let me lower the microphone for you.
There's a lot of build-up for this group of guys with the new offense and a lot of good new faces coming together and all that. We were excited to get on the field and play.
Fantastic.
And it was nice to get out, get a couple series in. I mean, you know, we got a long way to go.
Oh, but you played great. Doug Flutie and Coach Mike Riley, our in-studio guests this morning. Ruthie, are you there?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for the Chargers coach and quarterback? Because I'm sure they'd be happy to. Oh, I'm sorry. They're very busy schedules these men keep, now preparing for Game 2 of the preseason this Saturday in Miami. It'll be 4 o'clock our time on the kickoff on Channel 8. In other sports, David?
Let's see. We beat San Francisco last weekend, and we're going to Miami. Pretty sure we know how to beat that team, Chainsaw. But if they need to be shown again, I think we got the team that can do it.
Come on. Come on, Shelly. Come on. Shelly. 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 Shelly.
What?
Come on. 9:55, 38 seconds. This is your 101 point.
Let's rock.
101.5 KGB.
One pill makes you larger.
Oh, yeah. And hours looking through all the contestants. We're ready to pick San Diego's hottest babe. Should be named KGB O'Doul's Miss World Class 2001. This Thursday at Dick's Last Resort downtown, one woman will be awarded the crown and win $10,000 in cash and prizes, including a Santa Ana pool table from Olhausen Game Room Superstore, a ladies' gold and diamond necklace from Ed Benjamin & Sons Fine Jewelry,
A skydive from Skydive San Diego.
a Samsung DVD VCR combo unit, $1,000 cash, and tons more. Come join the party at Dick's Last Resort this Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m.
And see which bikini-clad babe will beat a KGB O'Doul's Miss World Class 2001.
San Diego's world-class rock.
101.
KGB.
She would never say where she came from. Yesterday don't matter if it's gone. While the sun is bright, or in the darkest night, no one knows. She comes and goes. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you changed with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. Don't question why she needs to be so free. She'll tell you it's the only way to be. She just can't be chained to a life where nothing's gained and nothing's lost at such a cost. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. There's no time to lose, I heard her say. Catch your dreams before they slip away. Dying all the time. Lose your dreams and you will lose your mind. Ain't life unkind? Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you.
1015 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. I want to invite you to come on out and see Mark St. John on Tuesday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at Guitar Center in La Mesa. Guitar Center celebrates 37 years in business, and the KGB Prize Patrol will be there with tons of swag to give away, including George Carlin tickets. He'll be at Humphreys on the 23rd, Kansas at Humphreys on the 24th, KGB CDs, and a bunch more. You can also register to win a Toyota Spider MR2. Free studio time at Golden Track Studios and lunch or dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe in the Gaslamp. It's Tuesday, Guitar Center. This is the one at 8825, 8825 Murray Drive in La Mesa, right across from Grossmont Center. It's from the 1015 KGB Classic Rock that really rocks. Best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. Stick around before we wrap this up. We're going to let you stump the Joke Czar. That's the Joke Czar Challenge. Flash Wednesday, all 3 parts. The Dean of American Sportscasters with another look at sports and more best of bits next on the KGB.
Touching down in New England town, feel the heat coming down. I've got to keep on, keeping on. You know the big wheel keeps us spinning around, and I'm going with some hesitation. You know that I can surely see that I don't want to get caught up in any of that funky shit going down in the city. Big old jet Atlanta, don't carry me too far away. Oh, big old jet Atlanta, 'cause it's here that I got to stay. Oh, big old jet Atlanta, don't carry me too far away. Oh, big old jet Atlanta, 'cause it's here that I got to stay.
101.5 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. There's something about a man and a woman getting together and making out without a CD playing. I don't know. When we were kids, we used to put it on just to cover up the noise, but it seems to be a little bit a part of making out now. And there are some songs that when you hear them, you have to make out. We talked about these last week on the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. This is the 101.5 KGB.
You know who this is, Shell?
I do, and I can't remember her name. But
Anybody?
I'm dying to see her.
It is Enya. Got any Enya music at home?
I don't.
Beth's got a couple of this. Is this a girl? I don't know. This is just one of the. There's no words to these songs.
Right.
But it's very relaxing and it's very nice. And I was talking about this, I guess, a couple of weeks ago because Beth likes to get her every once in a while it gets a back rub, and Enya's playing, and the candles are lit.
Yes.
And the scented oil comes out. Got an email. Says, Dave, one of the girls at work says she can't hear Enya without thinking about sex.
Really?
Personally, I can't hear it without thinking I need a little nap, but whatever. Cannot hear the Enya song without thinking about sex. And it had me thinking about you, Shell, because you had stated before there are certain songs which come on which get you all hot and fluttery.
Hot mama, yes.
I still don't get that.
Well, some songs just take you back or put you there.
Did you have to do a lot of sexing with the radio on so Lee and Darlene wouldn't hear? Is that the idea?
No.
So
it's imprinted.
Didn't have it. I moved out when I was 18 and got my own place where I could have sex.
Stupid.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you were a virgin at 18. Okay.
Well, it doesn't mean that I was at home having sex every time that I did.
At dumb old Dan's house. So
exactly. Who was older and had his own apartment.
Now, are there other women out there who are so jazzed by Enya that they can't hear Enya without thinking about sex? Is this working on you right now?
No, Enya doesn't work on me, but there are certain songs that, in fact, Chainsaw plays one that just, and it goes way back.
Is it secret?
I can tell you. It's the theme of the summer of 42.
Yes.
It's just amazing.
Still gets you.
It still gets me.
Why is that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What is it about that song?
I don't even know. It's just something that's...
And it just sets you off?
It's just good.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it's the wrong year.
I got my first real six string.
Wait a minute.
Wrong year.
No, that wasn't doing it.
Only 27 years off, I think, there, Dave.
The summer of 42 sets you off.
That theme song, it just, and maybe because I saw the movie way back then, and I even had the 45 of that. It was just does something. I don't know why.
What else?
Let's see. What else? Well, for like a different mood, there's some Led Zeppelin songs that kind of do it for me.
That's not romantic.
No, not at all.
It's not hot.
Well, it's hot.
Pull my hair, grab me from behind kind of thing?
Just not romantic.
Oh, Monkey Jungle Time.
Right, exactly.
Swinging from the chandelier.
Whatever. Why not?
See, I don't think that works that way for guys.
Really?
No.
Music won't?
No, I think it's that Fabio romance cover of a Harlequin novel kind of girly thing.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I don't have a song that necessarily makes me all gooey.
Really?
No.
Not a one? Nothing.
Can't think. Although, a good Frank Sinatra CD.
The Way You Look Tonight.
Yeah. You always want to dance with your wife when you hear that.
The Way You Look Tonight is a great song, but it's almost a little bit too big band.
Chick.
Yeah, it's a little too... He has a couple of real romantic, cozy CDs, which I like a lot.
Like, didn't he do The Shadow of Your Smile?
Yes, he did.
And
other
something
stuff.
stupid like I Love You.
Well, that's
a good song,
That's a
though.
silly song.
It's a
That's
good
a
song.
silly
I
Frank
like
and
it.
Nancy.
I mean, Boyer, is there a song that sets you off?
I don't. The Stroke. No, I don't have one.
Is that when you're alone?
He was so impressed with himself.
No, he rim-shotted himself.
He vigorously rim-shotted himself.
It was horrible to watch.
No, we
so
laughed
glad this
with
is
him.
radio.
He thought he was so funny.
I know. I know.
In the Living Years gets me from time to time. When I hear that, if I actually listen to that.
But that's a sad song.
Paul Carrick.
Yeah, Mike and the Mechanics.
Mike and the Mechanics.
Peter Tosh. Chainsaw. Stupid.
Yeah.
But that gets you worked up sexually. I mean, it's a song about a guy and his dad who's dead.
Got it.
I mean, he's sad that his dad died. And he didn't get to He didn't get to say, he didn't get to tell his father that he loved him.
But we're talking woodmakers here, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about...
That's a woodmaker for you?
No.
That's a Geppetto song?
I'm over here. My bad.
Geppetto music. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Average White Band takes me back to the years.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Boogie disco music?
Pick up the pieces.
Think about what he was doing back in those years.
That was
that association.
That was the sweet spot of that era for me.
Back with your afro and your porn star mustache?
Living out of a microbus in Hawaii.
You know he was wearing platform shoes.
Down by the river.
Yes, sir, Berber.
Oh, I so wish just for one day, I wish we could go there with you.
Had a lot of fun.
And see everything you saw and see you the way you were. Oh, I would just love that.
Here's Storm on the KGB. What's up, Storm?
Love your show, babe.
I love yours, girl.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you. Well, it's about time.
The song that makes me want Hot Monkey Love every time I hear it is Rock Candy by Sammy Hagar and Montrose.
Yeah, me too.
You don't even know what song I'm talking about, but
No, I
KGB
don't.
plays it.
Who does?
Your Rock Candy, your Hot, Sweet, and Sticky. The Sammy Hagar song.
Sure, of course.
Oh.
I basically wrote that song. That's the one, huh?
I bet Boyer knows which song I mean.
I'll bet he doesn't.
Yeah, I probably heard it once or twice.
Now, is it something that you listen to and it gets you all worked up,
Yeah.
or have you actually done it while listening to it?
Both.
Really?
Well, you're right. Sammy has something about him.
It's just her.
I mean, I get that way with Pound Cake. That's
Yeah, there
just
you
a
go.
great song.
There you go. I also go all gooey over Year of the Cat by Al Stewart.
Really?
Slight swing of the pendulum there.
Really?
How's that for a dichotomy?
No kidding.
But those are my songs. So that's all.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye. Have a great day.
See ya.
Storm.
888-570-1015 is a direct connect.
Oh, there you go.
Contend that this is a chick thing. Let me hear which one it is. 888-570-1015. The song that flips your switch. It started with Enya. It ended with Al Stewart. We'll get you on the radio next year on KGB San Diego. Don't go away, folks.
The best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. This is the KGB.
Oh, we've got a terrific crowd here tonight.
KGB.
How about these seats? Are these fantastic?
Hello, ticket holder.
Listen to me, and you must listen carefully.
KGB is your concert connection for?
Journey and Peter Frampton tonight at Coors Amphitheater.
The summer calls. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for a ride.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Get ready for the Arrival Tour. Journey. And they're bringing friends. Peter Frampton. Finally tonight on stage at Coors Amphitheater. Neil Shaw, Ross Valerie, Jonathan K, Stephen Cherry, Dean Castronova, Journey. And the same night, Peter Frampton. And also John Wade. Tickets for tonight's performance are still available at the Coors Amphitheater box office. All Ticketmaster locations are charged by phone at 619-220-TIXS. Tonight on stage at Coors Amphitheater, Journey, Peter Frampton, and John Wade.
Shell, I thought of a classic.
Oh, yeah?
That you've forgotten about. A classic song that'll pull your trigger. Every time.
I think I did let you know about one that we haven't brought up yet. Maybe you're remembering this one.
I don't think that's the one I'm about to do, and I do this with great caution. Might want to put up the sneeze guard.
Oh, really? Okay.
Are you prepared?
I hope so.
Are you strapped in?
I think so.
Are you strapped on?
Well, I don't really go that way, but... Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right.
Hey.
Yeah, this whole album.
Yep. Does this work on you, Ruth?
Not
Not really.
Not really. He's homosexual.
This is the song that Abramowitz had to strip naked to in front of his mom at a strip bar in Curry Mesa. There were 500 guys in this strip club.
You couldn't wait to see him.
There were 10 women stripping on stage, and they were just sitting on their hands going,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And then Abramowitz came out, and the place went crazy.
Yes, it did.
Abramowitz is getting all worked up over there. And boy, I thought of one that I think works on you, dude.
All right.
An old classic.
Oh, the Chocataws, yes. Yeah.
With that classic 70s wah-wah guitar.
Wasn't it from a movie that you liked?
Yeah.
Well, they ran this in Boogie Nights. But it was originally an AM radio hit.
Ay, qué fiebre hay.
I never heard this song before.
I had not either. I don't even remember it from Boogie Nights.
Yeah, it was definitely there.
Wow.
I don't start getting grossed out until the guy comes into the left headphone channel and starts going.
I didn't know there was a guy on this one.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's not alone.
Well, I just figured she'd been to the grocery.
Yeah, this is a little more direct than Brand New Key, I think.
What's Brand New Key?
He's doing a joke.
No, it's just
Huh?
You should give him some flashcards.
Brand New Key by Melanie.
Yeah, we know the song.
Okay.
What's the point?
Just this is a little more to the point. It's just they're both kind of saying the same thing.
He's doing a joke.
That's not a joke.
Yeah, I know.
Mostly because nobody lived.
Wasn't supposed to be funny.
888-570-1015 Direct Connect here on the KGB. Here is Sean. Sean, you got the song that pulls the trigger every time?
Yeah, Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
Did you hear the new version I played last week?
No, I didn't.
You didn't hear my new version of this?
No.
Check this out. I'll bet you've never heard this before. And then from here, it's the same old song, but it's got a different beginning to it.
Well, it's got a different beat to it also.
You know, I was playing this the other day. I was playing this last week on the show, and I actually found myself in an introspective moment wondering, what do the boys really mean by pour some sugar on me?
I don't know. It could be a number of things, really.
Yes, yeah. You could Freudian out that a lot of different ways.
Well, you know, misinterpretation about different aspects, you know. It could be either a sexual thing or it could be, you know, a number of different things, you know.
Dig it. Thanks, man.
All right, sir.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Here is Greg next here on the KGB. How you doing there, Greg?
What's up, Dave, you douche?
Talk to me, Count.
I can't believe that none of the Closet Smooth Jazzers in the area have not called and talked about Chuck Mangione's Feels So Good.
Good God.
What's the matter, Ruth?
Well, it is
That's
a
a
little
woodmaker.
That song's sickening.
What?
Yeah.
And boring and trite and repetitive.
Nonsense.
Blow on the horn, baby.
What?
Gotta blow on the horn.
You've got to blow on the horn?
You gotta blow on the horn.
The only reason that
Is that a metaphor he's giving me right
He's making a
now?
reference to Chuck.
Oh. You don't like this, Ruth?
Oh, God.
What's the matter?
It just dies.
Well, it got overplayed. It did get a lot of play.
It
Way
makes
too-
you blow on the horn, apparently. Thank you,
I'm gonna
Greg.
kill myself.
All right, dude.
Really, did this contribute to your depression?
Oh,
What's the matter?
Look at how Chuck feels. What happened to you while you were listening to this song?
Nothing. I just heard it way too many times.
I think that's it. It's just overkill.
The only reason I could count this as as one of those kind of songs is it was 1977, and this was the year of my spontaneous erections in math class. So that's why
It's a woodmaker.
it's a woodmaker.
It's a
for me.
Geppetto.
But everything was. Cartoon songs were Woodmaker. The Looney Tunes Open.
I can stop.
Huh?
I can stop, please. Thank you.
Have you given me one yet, Ruth?
You know, the only one I can think of is probably somebody you never heard of because he was from the different kind of jazz from way, way, way long time ago, like the 40s and 50s. This singer named Johnny Hartman with John Coltrane. And he just has this really, really deep, rich voice.
I actually, if you played one of his, oh my God.
That Coltrane, remember the Coltrane CD, You Let Me Burn?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, it's great.
And when Coltrane's playing all sex, it's just pure sex, those records.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But I can't think of anything pop that ever made me feel like that, the way jazz does.
888-570-1015 is a direct connect here at the KGB. Looking for the song that absolutely every single time pulls your trigger. We've heard everything from the great Chuck Mangione. Huh?
I hear he toured with Peter Tosh.
Ooh, Peter Tosh is hot.
Right.
George Michael.
I think anything by NXS, too, would do it for me. I mean, just about anything by NXS.
Really?
Oh. They were amazing. I know why Michael whacked himself, because he was hot for his song.
Hi, KGB.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Oh, goody.
Hello. I'm sorry. Hello.
That's a wood pillow, right?
Oh, there's David. Hello. Hello, David. This is your Aunt Edna calling from Lawrence. Well, Billy. Drop in North House.
Let's
How
put a
are
nice
you,
spin on it.
honey?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. My word.
You're not listening to the program, are you?
David, honey, I wanted to let you know that I've been listening to your program.
I've told you not to listen to the
I
program.
think she likes it.
And I love the program, and you're talking about songs that make
What?
you...
What?
You're talking about songs that make you horny.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
right. You probably got a few that make you...
I've got one in particular, but your Uncle Chester has several. Of course, we like to put on certain music when we get amorous. For some reason, Chester's favorite is Imaginary Lover by the Atlanta Rhythm Section. All by Myself by Eric Carmen. Dancing with Myself by William Idol. But the one that always gets me all worked up and horny, it's the song that gets me all worked up and horny, is Wang Dang Sweet Poon Gang.
Quit saying poon to me, old woman.
Yes, old Chester's gonna get some Edna Poon tonight. Batten down the hatches, reinforce the underpinnings, let the air in the tires. The trailer's gonna be rocking tonight, David.
Don't listen to the program.
I love your program, and do kiss the girls for me, will you, dear?
Who am I gonna kiss?
The girls. Oh, yes. Of course, I'm from Kenosha. You kids talk a little different out here in California.
Thanks for telling me about your sang.
Oh, so you're welcome, David, honey, and I'll call again soon.
Oh, goody. Bye. Bye, honey. Oh.
Can we have our phone privileges taken away.
There are certain numbers you can block, but you have to know her number to get it blocked.
I see her waddling out in the hall every week with her nickel,
I know.
her shaky little hand. I'm going to call Dave. Don't you know?
Well, she likes to contribute to the show.
888-570-1015 is a direct connect here on the KGB. Here is it Josie?
Josie, right.
Josie, all Josies are hot. That's a well-known fact.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, girl?
Well, I know Shelley's going to kill me, but I like the Big Brown Eye. That's what gets me hot.
That is a hot song. Hot, hot, hot.
No,
Blue flame hot. Thank you, Josie.
What was wrong with you, Josie?
Really? Oh, God.
We both started watching
Like anti-Viagra.
Oh. No possibilities of getting what I need. He looked at me and he smiled. Said, now, turn around, child. You see, we're doing it doggy style. Ass in the air, up nice and high. That doggy is a horny guy. Below, she has to try. She crouched face down in the crouch face down. With one eye, the big brown eye, doing it doggy style. Stumbled upon my secret place. I rose from my knees, I had fear on my face. We both have different desires. He likes the Rangers, I root for the Flyers, for the Rangers that come from behind. And the hockey game was tied. We see the whole game doggy style. As in the air, up nice and high. That doggy is a horny guy. Below, she has to lie. He crouched face down in the walls, face down, winking with one eye. The big brown eye. Yeah, the big brown eye. Doing it the doggy style.
The DNC! Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw will be right back.
This is the KGB.
Hey, if you're in college. 1015 KGB, the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. We'll be with you tonight at Cajon Speedway, Sombrero Mexican food, border parts, drivetrain components, and King Racing wheels. Along with the 1015 KGB race team, the Big Bad Burrito Bomber, the 527. Taking to it tonight. Looking forward to seeing you there. Chuck Nevin driving the Randy Wallace 101 KGB inline collision entry. Come on. Interesting thing happened in baseball yesterday. Barry Bonds, quite a coincidence, if you will. With details, let's say good morning, Chainsaw.
Hello again, everybody in the sports world. Barry Bonds cracked home run number 52 yesterday at Pac Bell Park in San Francisco, but he was not done.
On swings, and there's a high drive. Deep into right center field. Back toward Death Valley. This one is gone! A home run! Oh, what a shot! To the left of the 421-foot marker. A soaring blast, and Bonds has turned the game around. 5-3 Giants.
Bonds hit number 53 in a 5-3 ball game on the 53rd anniversary of Babe Ruth's death, who was 53 when he died.
Oh. Cool. That's cool.
Yes. Hey, set your VCRs. Ask the boss for a long lunch. It's Friday because at 1 p.m. our time today, the Oceanside All-Stars play their opening round Little League World Series game against Lincoln, Rhode Island today. 8 American teams and 8 international teams have gathered to determine the best team of 11 and 12-year-olds in
gotta
the world.
stomp Rhode Island.
Come on. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the Union.
It's not even really a state.
Of course, they represent the East, but whatever.
We represent the West.
Oceanside right-hander Thomas Yukovich is Coach Daryl Wasano's projected starting pitcher today. 1 p.m. on ESPN2 from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And we are very pleased to have on the sports phone right now Oceanside All-Star Bobby Gustafson, who is the Oceanside backup second baseman. Bobby, how was the trip to Williamsport?
Well, Chainsaw, we're a little road weary. It's been like a long grind. We played like 18 games in a row without a break. It'll be nice to get back, to like some home-cooked food, I'll tell you that.
Bobby! Oh, my God. I know. Do you have any scouting reports on the team you guys play today, Lincoln, Rhode Island?
Well, they're a very, fundamental sound ball club. Their starting pitcher today has a nasty, cutter clocked at 72 miles an hour in the gun, and we're going to have to keep our hands very quiet and wait for a good pitch to drive.
What's the atmosphere like there in Williamsport?
Well, frankly, Cookie, the commissioner is like a real tool. I mean, you throw one helmet, you kick one fence, he'll ground you for 3 games, which is, frankly, Cookie, we have to resolve with the Players Union collective bargaining agreement negotiations, or there could be a Little League work stoppage. And frankly, Cookie, it isn't good for anybody, especially the fans, which, as you know, are like the lifeblood of Little League baseball.
We're talking with Oceanside All-Star backup second baseman Bobby Gustafson from Williamsport. Bobby, I know that you have to head off for practice, but I have one final question.
Yeah, what? Okay, what? Just tell...
Bobby!
I'm sorry, that was my agent. I got to wrap up here. There's another radio station on the other line. Is it Joe Bauer of K-Pop? Or is it Mason in the morning on K-Joy? I don't want to talk to Mason. I told you that.
I don't blame you.
He totally big-timed me at the Chubby Checker concert. I don't go for that. You understand me?
Bobby, if you guys win the Little League World Series, what would be the first thing you do when you get home?
I would immediately renegotiate my allowance. Hold out for $20 a week.
All right, Bobby Gustafson, the Oceanside. Yeah, good luck. All-Star backup second baseman. Good luck today.
Did you just make that up?
You take a guess. 1 p.m. our time on ESPN2, Oceanside versus Rhode Island in first-round pool action of the Little League World Series, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Again, that's 1 p.m. on ESPN2 today. Slacker soccer players from Leeds United. What is Leeds, Boyer? Is that one of your British colony city crap things? Okay, thank you. Slacker soccer players from Leeds United are being forced to swap their Ferraris and Porsches for a 3-wheeled rust bucket. Leeds is gearing up for the new season by making their worst performing player of each week drive around in the embarrassing car for a week. Boyer, I didn't know you played soccer. Is your Linda Blair Green Vomit 79 VW pickup a Lifetime Achievement Award on one of these? And as I was dicking with him the other day, slowing down in front of him, and he was behind me, and Brabowitz was in the passenger sitting shotgun. I don't know why. Have you heard the horn honk on his little car?
No.
And I'm not even exaggerating. That might even be a little low.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Get out of the way, Cookie! It's a true story. In other sports.
That's less intimidating than an ice cream truck.
It might actually be.
It is 8:23 and 55 seconds. This is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Oh, my.
We've got Volkswagen Mania.
On the road of life,
Volkswagen Mania.
the model year comes to an end.
So many.
We've got to make a deal. There's new cars, we need the room.
Classic VW. Classic Volkswagen for you. Escantino's the place to go. Classic VW. Classic Volkswagen for you.
I'm Dan Gardner of Classic Volkswagen. For this year's clearance sale, we're doing something we've never done before. Come into Classic and find the car you like. Then write your own deal. If the deal you write makes any sense, we both win.
Now that makes sense to me. Want to steal? Come write your own deal. Classic Volkswagen in the Escondido Auto Hall.
Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Hey, Joe, I said, where you going with that gun in your hand? I'm going down to shoot my old lady. You know, I caught her messing around with another man. I'm going down to shoot my old lady. You know, I caught her messing around with another man. That ain't too cool. Hey, Joe, I heard you shot your woman down. You shot her down now. Hey, Joe, I heard you shot your lady down. You shot her down to the ground. Yes, I did. I shot her. You know, I caught her messing around town. Yes, I did. I shot her. You know, I caught my old lady messing around town. And I gave her the gun. I shot her. All right. Shoot her one more time again. Hey, Joe, where you gonna run to now? Hey, Joe, where you gonna run to now? Where you gonna go? Well, then, I'm going way down south, way down to Mexico's way. All right, I'm going way down south, way down where I can see green. Ain't no one gonna find me. Ain't no hangman gonna. He ain't gonna put a rope around me. You better believe right now. I got to go now. Hey, you better run on now.
1015 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show. Almost every Wednesday, the Reverend Daddy Dave dons his priestly frock and listens to your radio confessions at 570-1015. This past Wednesday, no exception to that rule. Let's kick it off with Lash Wednesday on the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. This is the KGB.
And I'm not making fun of gay people. I have a couple gay relatives, several gay friends. I love them very much. And plus, I think that if every man were honest about it, he would admit that at some time or another in his development, he's wondered whether or not he himself might be gay. I remember the first time I wondered whether or not I might be gay. I was having sex with this guy. And I'm thinking, what does this mean? You know, but interestingly enough, the priest explained to me it was just part of being an altar boy.
Let's begin the parade of sinners with Sinner Ken. Hello, Ken.
Hello, Reverend Dave.
Yes, how are you, Ken?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just a little confused. Maybe you can point me in the right way.
That's my job. I take the wayward lost souls and I set them back on the track to the straight and narrow. Boyer had a little straight and narrow just a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. Little too
Pleasing
narrow
for all of us. Well, I've been doing my kegels.
Thank you, Reverend
That'll
Daddy.
help.
Go ahead, Ken.
Basically, I saved my government teacher by darn near killing him.
Really? Saved by killing?
Almost killing.
All right, explain.
What it was is he always used an overhead projector to teach his classes, and we had a copy off that thing. I got slightly tired of it, so I sort of rigged it up with a paper clip so when he plugged it in, it would short out.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And amidst this great blue flash he was silhouetted in, he finally turned around, tail weight, and collapsed on the floor.
Oh, dear, not like a heart attack kind of thing.
Well, basically, yes and no.
Oh.
When they got him to the hospital, they did an immediate triple heart bypass on him because he was within days of dying.
Good Lord.
And this has been weighing heavily on my mind, Reverend Dave.
You saved his life, Ken.
Yes, but by a practical joke, darn near killed him. Oh, yes, baby.
Oh, why didn't you say that in the beginning?
He's yelping like a coyote.
Reverend Dave, don't do that again, please. My wife will kill me.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, not nearly as much as the Reverend did. Here is Senator Daniel next here on Last Wednesday. Hello, Daniel.
Hey, good morning, Reverend Dave.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Nice to see you here in church today.
No, thank you. I need to confess my sins.
All right, let's hear it.
Ow. I was sitting at work at one of my coworkers' desks, and it was a female, and I emailed my best friend, and I told him that I had seen a picture of him on my desk, and that I wanted to meet him. I wanted to get together. So we had...
And how did you sign the letter?
As this girl.
Oh, pretending to be a girl.
Yeah. And
what was the girl's name?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to...
Just a first name.
Sue.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
So I
Because, if it was like Hilda...
Right. Then they'd know.
That's not as enticing.
No. He was caught hook, line, and sinker. And so I had told him that I was going to be at a concert, and I was going to watch him that night at the concert. He didn't know, he was basing it that he didn't know what I looked like or anything.
Oh, very intriguing, very mysterious. I like this, Sue.
So he was at the concert. Him and I went to the concert, so he was...
Did he tell you about this?
Yeah, he's calling me up. Oh, who's this girl? And I'm like, oh, she's really hot, dude, You'll really like her.
Yeah.
So at the concert, he thinks that she's watching him the whole time. He's all walking around,
strutting
and
strutting, chest puffed out.
Yep.
Yeah, very good.
And so we were laughing at him, and one of his friends asked us what's going on. So we explained where it was going on, and he was going out of town that weekend. So while he was out of town, this other girlfriend calls him up and leaves a message on his phone like at 3 in the morning. He's got the little timestamp thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Calls him up, leaves a message like 3 in the morning. He's like, oh, just wondering if you could come over. She's giving him a booty call.
Booty call, yeah.
So he thinks that, he's really got it going on. He was so...
All right, that's enough of that.
That kind of grossed me out, but I love the story.
Bobby!
Good morning, Reverend Dave.
All right.
Good morning, Bobby. Nice to see you here in church.
Thank you. Forgive me, Reverend, for I have sinned.
Hold on. All right, nicely done.
I like that.
This is good. Let's hear what you did.
Okay.
Bobby!
Sunday morning, I woke up to my girlfriend telling me, Bobby, clean the litter. Bobby, unload the dishwasher. Bobby, do this. First thing Sunday morning, my only day off, I was pretty excited to hear all this. And
Clean the cat box?
Yeah, that's my job.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's bad enough. So after this, she asked me to cook her breakfast. Well,
Bobby, make the breakfast.
I'm already upset. So I'm in there thinking waffles will be a good breakfast. So I go in there and I'm pouring the waffle mix out. And I go ahead and I get the waffle mix all mixed up. I decided to put a little more mix in because there wasn't enough.
A little watery.
A little watery, and so I pour a little mix, and here comes 2 little mealworms swarming around.
Oh, boy.
Ew.
And they were approximately a brown color, the color of the waffle would be whenever it was done. So I know how much she hates bugs. So I went ahead and stirred them on up, put them in the mix, cooked them up, and served them, and watched her eat them with a smile.
That's just horrible.
Now, does she know this, Bobby?
Unless she's listening right now, no.
Maybe you should confess your sin to her, Bobby.
Not in my best interest.
It's the only way to make it right.
I'm not interested in your best interest, Bobby. How long have you known me?
3 years.
Only interested in what's best for us in the show.
Yes.
This is all I want to say to you, Bobby, as I put you on hold for you to await your fate, to find out if you're the siniest sinner of them all. If you were to confess this to your girlfriend, it would greatly enhance your chances.
How would I do that?
Well, you would give Abramowitz your girlfriend's telephone number, and then we would dial her up so that you could confess your sin to her directly, so that she would know how truly repentant you are.
Deal.
Hold on.
Well done.
Pick a blind 4, get his girlfriend's telephone number there. In the meantime, let's say hello to Sinner Terry next here on Lash Wednesday. Hello, Terry.
Good morning, Reverend Dave. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you today. Don't you look nice?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I used to be really sneaky and conniving.
Naughty girl.
This was a long time ago. The guy that I was living with was married, and he was actually separated. And his wife was coming back into town too, and he had made reservations. I found out at this really expensive hotel. Well, I let him go down there and check in and everything, and he had a for sale sign in his car. So I had my friend drive me down there, and I went in the office and said, I'm Mrs. So-and-so, can I get my phone bill? And they gave it to me, and then I went up to the room while my friend went up and had him come out to go down and look at the car. So he wasn't in the room, and the room was open. So I went in the room, and she was in the shower.
The wife.
Pardon?
The wife.
The wife was in the shower, and he had left the door ajar because he was just going out to show someone his car. So I got in her wallet and got her ID out and threw it out in the ice plant and called the office and said, there's this girl in my shower. So the office manager came up at the same time that my boyfriend came up, and we were all in there, and she goes, she's out of the shower, and she goes, no, I'm Mrs. So-and-so. And I'm like, no, you're not, I am. And they asked for her ID, and she went to get it, and she didn't have it. So the office manager was standing there, and he was so confused that he told us all we had to get out.
What a story.
You were hoping for a cat fight.
Well, I don't know. I was hoping for something interesting.
Three-way in the shower would have been good.
All right, we're going to continue with Lash Wednesday here. I am the Reverend Dave. 888-570-1015 is a direct connect.
The best of DSC. Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. 1015. KGB.
Dateline, Campo, California. Gold discovered during excavation for the Golden Acorn Casino. Heavy equipment operator Lefty Fazul describes the find.
We were shoving dirt around for the new casino and I saw this shiny gold nugget. I thought, ka-ching, big bucks. I figured this gotta be the luckiest place on earth.
Lefty's discovery was just the beginning. Because there's gold in the hills, nuggets galore at Golden Acorn Casino. Come get your share during our $100,000 Golden Nugget giveaway through September 15th. You too can find a nugget worth big bucks. It's easy, it's fun. You won't even get your feet muddy. Just come in, join the Players Club, Players Gold, and receive a free entry. Earn additional entries by playing your favorite casino games. 3 drawings daily at 1, 5, and 9 p.m. so you can win your share. Get full details at Players Gold. Take it from Lefty Fazul.
This has got to be the luckiest place on earth.
Golden Acorn Casino. I-8 at the Crestwood exit east of Alpine.
It's year-end clearance time at your value leader, Toyota of Escondido.
Toyota of Escondido.
Toyota's wrapping up the model year with huge cashback rebates on your favorite cars and trucks. Get $1,000 cash back now on Avalons, Camrys, Corollas, and Tough Tundra trucks.
We got that touch.
We know how to save you money every day.
Toyota of Escondido.
Drive home with $1,000 cash back on Toyota's bestsellers, Avalons, Camrys, Corollas, and VA-powered Tundra full-size trucks. Plus giant $1,500 cash back rebates on super sporty 4Runners and power-packed 6-cylinder Camrys. Toyota's year-end clearance event means super savings and huge cash back rebates. Come see for yourself.
Toyota of Escondido.
Freeway close where Highway 78 meets Broadway.
That long-haired, heavy-bearded, denim-clad hippie you loved for years is older, wiser, and abrasive as ever. George Carlin is back Thursday, August 23rd at Humphreys.
Keeping in mind, of course, that the whole purpose of advertising is to lull you to sleep.
George Carlin live August 23rd at Humphreys. Tickets on sale now at Humphreys box office, all Ticketmaster locations, or by phone. Charge ready at 619-220-TIXS.
No fuss, no muss, no risk, no obligation, no red tape, no down payment, no entry fee, no hidden charges, no purchase necessary. No one will call on you. No payments or interest till September.
Also arriving at Humphreys Friday, August 24th, the progressive rock and classic boogie of Kansas.
Carry on my wayward son.
Don't miss the razor quick wit of George Carlin live August 23rd at Humphreys, Kansas, August 24th. Presented by the San Diego County BMW retailers. For complete concert information, surf online to humphreysconcerts.com.
1015 KGB, it's the best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. Let's get back to the Reverend Daddy and his righteous bullwhip, the High Holy Bullwhip, on the 1015 KGB Best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show.
Welcome back. I am the Reverend Dave. This is Lash Wednesday. Here is Sinner Don next. Good morning, Don.
Yeah, Reverend Dave, you've got to help me here. Keep me away from your confessionals. I'm addicted to them.
What's the problem?
Well, back around the early 80s when I was going through Air Force boot camp, I was the head usher at the Catholic Chapel 8, and
Very nice.
these young lovelies that were going without men for months would come through and spend their time there on Sunday, and myself and another usher would, of course, find the cream of the crop, and then, being that they were so lonely and needed my help, would sneak off to the confessional booth, Reverend Dave, and have her way with these girls, and the one would stand in the front of the door, and if anybody came close, would knock to let us know to quiet down, and when they passed by, we would continue on and switch off. So,
All right, you remember Sinner Bobby.
Good morning.
With the worm and his girlfriend's waffle mix.
The worm was there. I just happened to let it go in the mix.
Yeah. He didn't take it out.
You let her eat critters.
Basically because all morning, meh, meh, meh.
Still.
On his one day off.
Well.
One day.
What's her name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Let's dial her up. Is this home or work?
Home. She's about to head out to work.
She doesn't have to work?
She's about to head out to work.
Oh, I see.
She'll be calling in sick today.
We might have missed her.
I hope not.
Hello?
Yeah, Elizabeth.
Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am the Reverend Dave, a real radio priesty guy,
All right.
calling you from the broadcast confessional this morning.
Okay.
Here at the KGB. I have Sinner Bobby here in the confessional with me.
Oh, wonderful.
Bobby has called me because he's committed a heinous sin against society, namely you, Elizabeth. And he feels bad about it, and he wants to confess his sin because no man can truly be free until he has unburdened himself of the chains of his past.
All right.
I had lived that right there. How was that?
Beautiful.
Is that good?
Just lovely.
That's not from anything. I just made it up.
That's gorgeous.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bobby!
Thanks for giving it away, Dave, already.
What's that?
She already knows I'm bad now.
What do you mean she knows you're dead?
she knows I've already done something bad. I can't break it to her gently now.
Well, we wouldn't be calling her unless there was bad news.
Okay. When do I start?
Now?
Okay, honey. Remember last Sunday morning?
Yeah.
We woke up and had a whole bunch of chores to do around the house.
Right.
I really didn't say anything, but you were kind of bugging me how you were ordering me around. You were saying my
Clean the cat box!
Well, it's not like the cat takes a day off from crapping.
Why can't Elizabeth
thank
clean?
you.
Why can't Elizabeth clean the cat
That's
box?
his
Oh,
job.
you know, ask him who cleans it
She
every
does
day
it
of
all
the
the
week.
time, so on the weekends I
Right.
do it, and I'm lazy.
And I got the cat for him, remember, Bobby?
Thanks.
I'm not denying these things.
Here's
but
a cat. It's going to crap nonstop. It's for you.
You have to clean the crap one day of your life. Big deal.
What's the cat's name, Bobby?
Tino.
Tino.
Yes.
What made you come up with Tino?
Well, I got him on Valentine's Day, so his name is Sir Valentino, and that's too long to say every day. So
Gotcha.
Tino.
Very good.
Valentino.
Is it a good cat?
He's a great cat.
Excellent. Well, that was very nice of Elizabeth to do that for you.
Yes, and I appreciate it. So my one day off, I'm lazy and grumpy, and I hear all these chores ended by my first middle name, Bobby Jean. So I'm thinking, God, this is aggravating me.
Gene.
And so,
My love.
He comes from Texas.
Just a girl.
Oh, the Reverend can carry a tune today.
Oh, I was moonwalking in my robe.
That was
so upon the completion of my list of chores, my last duty was to cook breakfast. And she likes waffles a lot, so I mentioned waffles, and she said yes. And I went in there to cook the waffles, as I had mentioned before, and I poured the mix out, and I mixed it up with water, and noticed it was still a little too runny. So I went to pour a little bit more mix in, and noticed...
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I know how much you hate bugs, but 2 small mealworms came out of the mix. And, make it short, they mixed up, and I cooked them, and you ate them.
You're kidding.
Honey?
You're kidding.
I did it because I knew the
Bobby,
heat
you
would
know how I
sterilize
feel
it.
about stuff like that.
I knew the heat would kill the germs, so I did it. I was pissed.
You know how, like, I get paranoid about stuff like that all the time.
2 mealy worms.
You're kidding.
They were small.
You could be on Survivor or Fear
Yeah.
Factor.
They do it on Survivor Raw, and they didn't get hurt, so I didn't
Right.
think it would be that bad. And I ate the waffles, too, okay?
Yeah, but he made sure that you had the wormy
Well,
waffles.
you know what, Dave? He made sure that I had the first 2 waffles.
Yep.
So,
Well,
Guess
now you
why,
know
Elizabeth?
why.
She's a
You're
big
kidding,
eater.
Bobby.
I'm sorry. It's done. I'm sorry.
Okay, you know, I have to get in the shower now. We'll talk about this later.
Great.
What are you going to be wearing in the shower?
Reverend.
I guess that was the wrong thing to say.
So you call him by his first and middle name?
Bobby Jean.
When you're in trouble, that's the way it is, right?
Elizabeth, you call him by his first and middle name?
Sometimes.
What is it about chicks? I mean, they turn into mothers before they even have kids with the guys that they're with. Because that's what mothers do. They call their children by their first and middle name.
Usually it's because the man's acting like a child.
And what's his middle name?
Bobby Jean.
Bobby Jean.
Bobby Jean the second, actually.
My name is Mud.
What are you going to be eating for breakfast now, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
So,
I'll never
Elizabeth,
ask him to make me breakfast again.
so you ate worms for breakfast, Elizabeth?
Yeah, well, he knows how I feel about that stuff, that I get really grossed out easily about just...
She's a girl. She's always grossed out.
They were alive, by the way, Elizabeth, when they were in the batter.
You're kidding.
No, they were alive and squirming and wiggling.
They're fresh.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm so grossed out right now.
And you just
Gobble them up.
Yes, I did.
I know one worm she won't be gobbling in the future.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And I'd count on that, Bobby Jean.
Make light of my peril. I'm dead.
Oh, yeah, yes, when he gets home, yes.
Well, you know that she's just going to sabotage your food now.
That's why I'm
No,
going to
that's
I'll feed it to Tino.
that's a great idea. Thanks for that idea.
There you go.
I'll feed it to Tino.
And she cleans the cat box 6 days a week.
Stay away from chocolate chip cookies.
again, honey.
Those aren't raisins.
This is good sausage.
You never have to clean the cat box again.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth.
All righty,
Sorry,
thank
Elizabeth.
You go get in that shower, get all glistening good. Hey, Bobby G.
Yes.
You stand by.
Thank you.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we are going to finish Last Wednesday. We'll find out who is the sin-siniest sinner of them all. There's room for you. 888-570-1015 is a direct connect. The KGB.
When I listen, I don't wear underwear.
Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. KGB.
Priceline.com. Name your own price on airline tickets, hotel rooms, and rental cars. Save up to 40% or more only at Priceline.com.
Jiffy Lube presents The Taxi Driver.
Hop in, pal. Where to?
Roosevelt Elementary School? You're talking kind of funny, Mom.
It's that time of year you start feeling like the family cabbie, and all those short trips to school, soccer, and groceries are tough on your engine.
School day, huh, my friend? You know there's construction on Maple. Mind if we take the freeway?
I guess not.
Do what other professional drivers do. Make a short trip to Jiffy Lube. A signature service oil change every 3,000 miles is quick and easy, and it's the complete preventive care your car needs.
There you go, buddy. Roosevelt Elementary.
Thanks.
That'll be $12.50.
Huh?
Just kidding. Hey, how about a tip?
I love you, Mom.
Love you too, pal.
Want to keep going? Go to Jiffy Lube, or else.
Right now, an oil change at Jiffy Lube gets you $10 off admission to Universal Studios Hollywood, featuring the new Jurassic Park 3 Summer Splash and Mummy Returns Chamber of Doom.
Not at all.
All right, final round of Lash Wednesday here, and then we'll determine who is the sin-siniest sinner of them all. Here is Sinner Bart. Good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Reverend!
Good morning, Reverend.
Don't get on Sister Dunn's grumpy side.
Man.
It'll be a knee in the nuts before you even like.
Bless me, Reverend, for I have sinned.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, it was a couple years ago. It was bowling night for me, and it was toward the end of my game, and I had to pick up this split. You know what a split is?
No, the Reverend's a complete dork. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let me explain it to you. A split is when you...
Let's see if he's still talking.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So go ahead. You're picking up your split.
And I pick it up, and it's a very good shot. And in my jubilation, I punch my fist straight ahead of me, and I accidentally hit some old lady squarely on top of the head as she's picking up her bowling ball.
Oh, oucho, make oucho. Punched an old lady in the head. But it wasn't in anger, it was in triumph.
Right.
Squarely on top of her noggin.
Yeah, well, you know, that's her fault for getting in the way of your victory fist pump.
He should have looked.
All you can see is glory when you're picking up
is that it?
the split.
I had a nanosecond of exhilaration and then a lifetime of mortification.
Yeah. Hey, Bart, was it the 710 split?
No, that...
I can explain what a 710 split is to you if you don't know, because you're too stupid. Hang on.
Please don't be so condescending, Reverend Daddy.
Do I know what a split is?
What do you talk down to someone?
I had Alter Boyer doing the splits back in the narthex just a few minutes ago. Chinese splits, too, by the way.
He's pretty limber.
Chinese splits are the best.
Well, you would know.
Although I'm particularly fond of the banana splits, and I'm not talking about an ice cream treat. Okay.
Oh, the senator in church today.
Yes,
I'd
well,
like to hear
you know,
that.
Since his recovery from melanoma, he's come to God. Here is Sinner Brian as we round out this morning's episode of Lash Wednesday. Hello, Brian.
Dave, Reverend Dave, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. Hey, Reverend, I need some healing here, Reverend. I did a bad thing.
Let's hear it.
I fed my grandma dog food.
Was she used to that?
No, not.
So let me guess, you're out of food, you scrounged, you found a can of Alpo, you fried it up. Here, Grandma. She snarfed it down, and then you backed over her in the driveway.
No.
You found her cuddling herself on the manifold of your car under the hood.
Unfortunately, it was.
She fell off the TV licking herself.
Exactly.
Why did you feed your grandmother dog food?
They came to live with us. They were ailing, my grandparents, and my grandma was bedridden, and she would stay in bed all the time, and my grandpa would just bring her anything she wanted to eat. And they were eating me and my brothers at a house at home. And so my parents would just keep on buying us good snacks, but my grandparents would keep eating them before we could. And so they ate this whole can of beef jerky that my parents had bought for us.
Mm.
And
Not the beef jerky.
That's criminal. Well, you spend all day in school thinking about that beef jerky and come home
Yeah.
only to
Exactly.
find an empty can and grandmother with beef breath.
Exactly. So I took some of those begging strips, the beef jerky.
Sure,
look-alike
yeah.
Oh, no.
wrapped those up in a plastic bag and intentionally left them on the countertop.
So this was a purposeful. You sabotaged your grandparents.
Exactly.
Did he at least make her get up on all fours and beg for it?
Pretty much.
The name.
Bark for it.
Exactly. And, came home and the bag was empty. All the bacon strips were gone.
Oh.
No bacon left.
Give you two guesses of the way they were doing it that night.
Oh, you beast. You savage. Come on, bark like a dog for me. Bark like a dog. I will teach you the meaning of the word respect.
All right. Senator Ann next here on Lash Wednesday. Hello, Ann.
Good morning, Reverend Dave.
More like a cheerleader being whipped.
Hey, I like it.
Very gleeful. Let's hear it, Ann.
Okay. I have a 19-year-old son. He has a car, and I didn't want him to drive because he doesn't have his driver's license, no insurance. So I bought this car,
What kind of car?
a little Toyota Tercel, and it's been sitting in my driveway for a year.
Why has it been sitting in the driveway?
Well, I took an ice pick to the radiator.
Oh, my God.
I pulled all the spark plug wires out
Yeah.
and re-plugged them.
Oh, jeez.
Loosened the pulley and pulled the the thing where the ignition wires.
Oh, Franistat.
That thingy, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm
Distributor.
saving his life.
Yeah. You're saving his life.
Well, he's probably listening and going to be really pissed off at me.
When did you do all this?
Oh, about a year and a half ago.
Oh. What did he who paid for the car?
He did.
And so you wrecked it?
Well, he didn't have a driver's license.
Well, why doesn't he?
Well, because he drove before and he didn't.
How old is he?
He's 19. He's going to be 20.
And he still doesn't have a driver's license?
Oh, he just got it a couple months ago.
But now he's got no car.
No,
How much did he pay for the car?
about $350.
Oh, well,
Well, but still. Oh.
But it ran when he bought it.
kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he's taken it to a garage twice
Uh-huh.
to have it worked on.
Well, they don't know where the ice pick holes are.
Well, when he gets the car back home is when I sabotage it. And now the valve covers are off of it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's parts like all over, and he knows nothing about cars.
Well, that's your karma.
But it's not. I was saving his life.
But it is your karma. Do you have a pair of aprons, scissors at home? Because you might want to cut the apron strings. The kid just wants to drive around.
It's your karma. You didn't want him to drive that car. That car doesn't drive.
That's right.
What an awful thing. All right,
Killing a
Joseph.
car.
I know you waited a long time. Joseph, welcome to Lash Wednesday.
Thank you, Reverend. May I address you as Reverend Douchebag? Aye.
That's the way I prefer it.
Anyway, this is the story as goes. I was working for an independent ice cream contractor for about a couple of years, and I was working my butt off, filling his ice cream machines. You know, those ones that they got the little trays inside?
No.
Well, I'll start buying some more ice cream, Reverend.
The kind where you put a 50 cents in and you flip open the door?
Exactly.
Okay.
Got it.
So anyway,
You described it so vividly, I don't know how I missed it.
I'm sorry, Reverend.
It was like Technicolor. Go ahead.
Okay, so after a year or so of hard work, I asked for a raise. He denied me. So I don't need this crap. So I proceeded to go find some. So before I quit, I gathered a bunch of doggy fecal matter. Had to do it. Had to do it, Reverend.
And you put it in the machine.
I sure did. Wait.
Let's review. We have Senator Brian, fed grandmother who was kiping all the beef jerky, some bacon strips.
Still not right.
Which I have to admit, look pretty, they're very tempting. They're bacony.
You haven't eaten them.
No, I have not, but I have some at home for Higgins, and they're very tempting.
They smell good,
Yes,
too.
they really do. You have Sinner Bart, who had picked up a split. Do you know what a split is, Sister Dawn, or do I have to
I'm
explain it to you?
extremely stupid. Could you please?
Yeah, because we don't even know what bowling is.
No. How do you actually knock down pins with a ball?
Don't understand that.
Me
But
neither.
apparently slugged an old lady with his victory pump.
Got it.
Evil Ann, who wrecked her son's car. Doesn't understand karma. Sinner Don had sex in the Air Force confessional. Oh, here's Sinner Eric. We haven't heard from you, Eric. What did you do?
Good morning, Reverend Dave.
Good morning, Sir Eric, and crud like that.
I happen to, my brother-in-law's a bit of a drinker and always playing jokes on me, so I decided I would take my revenge. And my wife happens to have some Carl Strauss corporate letterhead, so I typed up a nice little note informing him that he had entered a drawing for him and 5 of his friends to attend the San Diego Padres baseball game. And he would meet a couple of the stars and have free food and booze and then get tickets to the game. Well, I typed it all up on there nice and sent it to him, and he invited 5 of his friends over. I of course, declined his invitation, and they headed out to the stadium, and...
Only to be denied.
Only to be denied.
Oh, the shame. The humiliation, the embarrassment. Sinner Daniel acted like a chick online.
Oh.
He's a good howler. Sinner Terry got those people kicked out of the hotel. Sinner Ken.
Yes, Reverend.
Saved his teacher's life by having him electrocuted.
Way to go.
And they discovered that he needed triple bypass surgery. Sinner Joseph. Oh, what would Lash Wednesday be without people involving pools?
The vendor of the poopsicle.
But I think the greatest sinner of them all, not only because of the quality of his sin, but because of also his need to confess to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because he was so repentitious. Not going to get called on that one.
I know.
He was so contrite and repentitious that he actually confessed to his girlfriend Elizabeth that she ate worms. He fed her worms in the waffles. Live wiggling worms.
Good luck this Sunday morning.
It is you, Bobby.
Yes, it is.
It is you, Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby.
I always assumed he was going to try.
The best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. DSC 1015.
It's the 1015 KGB Best of Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show, going back in the box for a Saturday. Come on out, the Sombrero Mexican Food Big Bad Burrito Bombers zinging around the track at Cajon Speedway tonight. Chuck Nevin drives the Randy Wallace entry, the 101 KGB. Inline collision, East County Drive Shaft, Ottavio's Italian Ristorante entry. Looking forward to taking to the track with Chuck tonight. Sportsmen, the streets, the ponies, the legends, and the trains also join us at the fastest 3/8 mile paved oval in the West. Mark St. John at Guitar Center in La Mesa on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And our whole show returns on Monday live. Everybody in studio, have yourselves a great weekend. Chat with you then. It's Boyer. See you Monday.